Welcome to the Planescape, where good and evil clash, where law and order maintain their delicate balance, the battleground for gods and monsters. Many heroes have written their legends in the stars of the astral sea, but these are not their stories. The Per Aspera and her crew, Kyana, Finbar, Virla, and Dani, may not be the stuff of legends yet, but they're definitely rolling with difficulty.
This is the part where we would normally have some sort of previously on or
Yes.
When last we met our heroes. But since there's only prologue, Virli, we begin with you, the last thing you remember, putting yourself in the corner of your room, in that little nook that worked as your bed as much as it could be a bed for someone of your nature. And as you stare out, the last thing you see through the porthole, the endless mirrored surface of the sea of stars reflecting those pinprick lights so far above it, a cloud of silvery mist drifting by as your eyes close robotically. And then a few moments, and they open again. You find yourself standing in a room that is literally hard to see for a moment. The sheer amount of light is blinding, and even though your pupils are artificial, they still too can only process so much. It takes a moment as your eyes dilate and you can unsquint to see that you're standing in a room somewhat spacious but cramped with the sheer amount of detritus, odds and ends, flotsam and jetsam that cover the walls, pipes and tool, a whole wall just of various tools. You see workbench spaces pressed too close together for anyone to feasibly walk between them. Clearly people have to turn and scooch to get places in this little workshop. Outside, what seems like sunlight, but firelight, it dances unlike any sun you're familiar with, but it's far brighter than any fire could possibly cast light. You take all of this in for a moment. As you look up and around, you see a cat, unlike any you've seen, cobbled together, odds and ends, a little spark plug tail, a domed tin body, musculature, for lack of a better word, exposed all across the midsection down the arms. And you see a person whose face comes into view, looking into your eyes, clearly to see if there's any sort of reaction going on. Dani, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, so when right in your face is a very deep in concentration fire genasi. Her hair is all dark black on the outside, but where you can see on the underside in her ponytail, it looks almost like magma. She's wearing mechanics coveralls. She's covered in all sorts of ash and soot and grease and what have you. And she is actively poking at your head with a screwdriver, trying to figure out what's going on. Not even flinching when you wake up. Just oh good. Hey, welcome to the world of the living, buddy. Tap, tap.
Interesting choice of words, but I will take them all the same. Why are you tapping me?
Well, you seemed like you weren't working, so I was like, well, maybe if I tap you with this screwdriver, I'll be able to figure out what was wrong, and clearly something worked, so that's science for you. Trial and error, you test things out, and sometimes they work, and sometimes things just happen to work because they kind of work. I know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Am I able to move or get up?
Yeah, you are gurney, what's the thing that they scoop up boxes with, and then they kind of lean them back, not a pallet
hand truck,
but the
hand
truck
type.
You're on a hand. Yeah. You're like a hand truck thing that's kind of leaned back a little bit because you're really heavy for your size because you're made out of metal. So instead of putting you down on a table, you're just kind of hand trucked in and against the wall. There's one kind of strap around your waist to keep you from falling forward fully, but you can undo that if you want.
Yeah, I kind of try and move just instinctively, but I feel the tug, and so then I go to systematically just kind of unbuckle it and then step free and stand on my own two legs.
Oh, cool. You can move.
You step free, a little wobbly. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character for everyone else now that you have rejoined the land of the living, as Dani said?
Yeah, to my previous knowledge, well, I guess to begin, VRLA, Virla, as he likes to be known as, is a warforged, I suppose in this world, a mechanite. Artificial, robotic limbs tied together and joined with various, mechanical joinery, arcane runes, a veritable mix of arcanotech. Usually he likes to kind of keep his plating clean and well maintained, but the last thing that he remembers was a particularly well, he's not sure what he remembers. The last thing was he remembers going to sleep, and then he woke up here. And I'm assuming that when
you
he sort of
remember everything from our session.
Okay,
that's
excellent.
all you can conjure.
Mysterious.
In which case he remembers a lot of waiting and thinking. Whatever repairs that he was able to do was very much slapdash, and so I can't really speak as to any repairs that Dani had done, but he remembers his coat, his previously polished and gleaming coating, at the very least when he went to sleep, was marred and tarred and dented in all places. He's not really sure I'm not really sure what the state of it is now, but the
Pretty
fact that he's
the same.
standing, fair enough. The fact that he's standing, and he seems to be in good spirits and in decent health, it's a better state than he was before.
Oh, you can fully move. That's great. That's could you do a wave for me? Maybe do a little bit the wave,
He just very robotically just kind of, it's not fluid at all, kind of doing a wave. It's Dani does a sine wave, Virla does a square wave.
Okay, good. All the joints seem to be functioning correctly. What's the big hole in your chest do? It's been bugging me.
Is this a hole that's meant to look like there's a hole, or is this some sort of gash?
Yeah,
or...
you look down, and there's on the right side of your breastplate, there's it looks purposeful. There's
okay.
with the concave sphere, something should plug in there, but it's just dipped, and there's little there's a ring of little, imagine an outlet, but instead of your typical outlet, there's just lots of little tiny, in a ring, lots of little spots that kind of go there. And there's nothing there, but
when you recovered me, did you happen to find, I can best describe it as a glass sphere with arcanic engravings on it?
There were some. You found to refresh. I know it was a little while since our session 0. You found a small there were lots, and up to you whether they were all over the place. They were these library shelves, and they were all over the place. Most of them clearly there were lots of spots. Most of them fully gone. Some of them they're smashed. Others you don't know if they function. You did find a small hidden compartment that had some in there as well.
Yeah. There were a bunch that were smashed up and stuff, but I think you had a secret box or something. There was a orb in there. You gotta tell me all about your ship, man, because is it your actually, you know what, is it your ship, or is it up for grabs? Do you need, because if you need it fixed, I know a guy. It's me, I'm the guy.
You have the ship. It is, you did not just recover me, you recovered the ship as well.
Yeah, you were on the ship.
May I see it?
Yeah. Come on, man.
I guess as
All
we're
right.
walking, I'll sort of explain. The spheres that you saw in that room are, in short, external storage. I sort of open my faceplate to kind of reveal just sort of various mechanic whirrings. I guess the skeleton of you see pupils and eyes and a voice box. But also sort of nestled where the brain would be is a single sort of glass sphere, as I had described, with arcanic ruins. It's alight and whirring, and it appears and the socket that it is sort of fitted in appears to sort of be spinning the rune and taking scannings of it intermittently. This, in my head, is sort of core memory, core storage. If this were to be destroyed, I, as you know me, would not exist. So I'm very fortunate so that that is not the case. However, the memory here is finite, and so anything else that I wish to store as memory must be done with additional cores placed here. And I gesture to the slot.
Oh, interesting.
All of those spheres that you had seen are memories that I had possessed and stored. From time to time, I remember liking to view them, revisiting them every so often. To hear that many of them are gone and broken is saddening.
I'll give him a big, like, pat on the arm, but it's just like, it's metal, so it's just like a clong, clong.
Yeah, more or less.
Forgive me, I don't remember your name. Have I known your name?
Well, probably not. I'm Dani. Nice to meet you. I do a lot of, ship stuff.
I am, and he sort of gestures to a spot kind of on the inside of his upper arm. You see a designation VR-LA, but he says, "I am Virla.
Virla.
Pleased to make your acquaintance."
Nice to meet you. And I'll, like, offer up a hand. It's covered in, like, grease and gloves.
He does not care in the slightest. He shakes it, albeit a little stiffly.
Beautiful.
But yeah, we're doing this as we're all walking to presumably
Yeah,
where the ship is.
you kind of do this in the hut. I assume you don't want to I assume opening your face is somewhat of a private thing, and it looks like old school animatronic. If you ever see like the old Disney stuff where they're like, this is gonna be Abraham Lincoln, and then it's like horrifying visage. It kind of looks like that when he lifts up the faceplate. You have that little exchange, meet someone for the first time, and you literally have no idea how long. And make your way out. As blinding as it was when you first open your eyes, it takes you like it's like more than a minute to accustom as you walk out now. But when you open your eyes, you see surrounding you a busy scrapyard, shipyard, junkyard, unclear, but there's things everywhere. Off to your right, you see an enormous pile of stuff. Just skyscraper, Wally, hilarious comedic size of just things, but not even stacked neatly in cubes, just piled up. There are like workbenches everywhere. You see people carrying parts of ships. There's a bunch of guys going by with crates, and then there's fully like a fire giant, 15-foot tall, head in flames, carrying what's going to be a mast to a ship by himself. It's hectic, chaotic. Beyond the scrapyard buildings, you can see rising up what was projecting that light. Buildings, beautiful domed ceilings and towers and arches, each of them made not of stone or wood, but of beaten and polished brass that reflect the light of the sky, which is not any typical sort of sky with a star. It is just a sea of roiling flames above you, as if you were as close to the sun. You were so close to the sun, there was nothing to see but that. And that is what is throwing down this just oppressive light and heat, by the way. As a Warforged, you're not super sensitive to this stuff, but you can tell it's probably clocking like 115 degrees here. That's Fahrenheit for our non-United States listeners. Yeah, you guys make your way through this chaos, and you come to in a dry dock. Really, all the docks are dry because the sea that ship's sailing on is fire here. In a not suspended in flame dry dock, you see what you remember to be the ship. The name Per Aspera marred and scratched on the side, but still visible enough to make it out. It looks, frankly, not too different than what you're used to. Time doesn't work exactly on the Astral Sea. It's hard to tell what's going to be affected and what's not, but the sails are trashed. That's a fact, and depending on how close you get for inspection, you might notice other stuff.
There she is. The Per Aspera, I think is what it's called. That's what That's what that says, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I am surprised and amazed that you had recovered it. And apart from the sails, it is exactly as I remember.
Yeah, you guys took real shit care of it. It was like fully trashed when we showed up.
I did my best. But yes, in fairness, my crew was gone. And I am not normally the one to deal with on-board repairs. But I did what I could.
What happened? You said your crew was gone?
Yes, I assume you know what this is.
It's a spelljammer. Beyond.
That is correct.
Yeah? Okay. Good.
A vessel intended for navigating the astral sea, and with it, invites dangers native to the astral sea. My crew encountered one such danger, and in this instance it resulted poorly. I was the sole survivor.
Oh. Give him another pat on the metal arm. That's
It is okay, because I have survived.
You say I have survived, and from behind you, you hear a voice that says, apparently. You turn around. Dani, you see someone you know very well.
George Takei.
Virla, you see a man, also fire genasi, dressed in like a beautiful like red coat and uncovering just disgusting coveralls. Insane juxtaposition. So insane that it draws your eyes first, instead of the fact that you're looking at a man with like charcoal skin, red glowing eyes, and hair that's in dreads that are underneath like glowing red magma. He walks up, he's got his hands behind his back, very like captain of a ship surveying the deck sort of situation. Looks you up and down and says, they live, it seems. Good work, Dani.
Yeah, I poked at him. Best I ever poked, so what can I say?
Virla extends a hand.
You say best you ever poked, and he clearly has like a kind of look on his face, like, does she know what she's saying? And then he turns back to you, Virla, and extends a gloved hand and says, my name is Otto, but everyone just calls me Uncle Otto.
Greetings, Uncle Otto. I am Virla. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. He returns the handshake.
I see you are admiring my ship.
No, I'm admiring the ship that once belonged to me. Which one is yours?
roll me a raw charisma check.
Yes.
Oh, buddy.
Just D20.
Oh, yeah.
I think in this case minus charisma.
Yeah,
no.
-2. That's a 0.
Oh, okay.
What a good omen for the rest of the game.
Otto. Oh my god. Otto gives one nod, says, cute. I understand that this once was your ship, but as possession is 9/10 of the law, and I've never cared much for the other 10th, this is my ship you're looking at in port.
Ah, by that logic, as I had never relinquished possession of this ship, would it not belong to me then? I understand that you had a part in retrieving it, and are in the process of restoring it, I assume. But as Dani had assisted in restoring me, I am in good shape to resume possession of this ship. So I thank you for your service.
Chooses violence.
Can you unrestore him? Is that possible?
I will. No.
He just rudely looks past Virla.
No, yeah, look, he's a little rusty around the edges, but ultimately I think his point's a good one. It was his ship, and I'm gonna fix it, so, I don't want to unfix him, because that's gonna be harder to fix it, so we gotta work this out some other way, because, this is outside. You guys are talking a lot about law stuff, and there's a lot of broken things that need attention, so...
Allow me to clarify, Uncle Otto. I possess nothing. Even
That's
by
correct.
by the loosest of definitions, I possess this ship, and as I've mentioned, the loosest of definitions. I care not what you do with this ship. I request that you do not scrap it for parts. I feel, even just sort of on a logistical nature, it seems as though this could be an decent working condition, given a good mechanic. But I request that whatever you do to it, I be a part of it. Perhaps that will be a sufficient enough bargain.
Are you suggesting you come work for me?
I work on the ship. If the ship belongs to you, I work on the ship.
He seems to consider for a second. He says, well, assuming our young mechanic can get it working again, which I'm not convinced she will necessarily. I was going to scrap it, but I suppose it makes for more profit in the long run to have it functioning rather than sold off for parts. Perhaps there's some sort of deal we could come to if you're able to get it working and willing to, I don't know, use it for certain endeavors that would benefit the both of us. Now, then, mostly now.
Like,
I know not which you speak, but I'll take it.
like right now? Because it's still gotta be fixed first.
It's a figure of speech, Dani.
Okay.
He gives you a little, head rub. That's... I mean, it's up to Dani how she takes that one. Whether it's paternal or condescending.
I imagine it's a lot. She's a lot. Oh, I imagine Dani takes it as just like Dani's a lot smaller than Otto, so it's sort of just like hey, like whenever a parent tries to fix their kid's hair and they all or like get a smudge off their face or some, more paternal than condescending.
Gotcha. He does that. Well, very well. Zax snaps. You see Dani, you know to be an Azer. Virla probably wouldn't recognize at this point because he's still putting everything together. Probably has a lot of catching up to do in terms of memory. But you see a dwarf, golden skinned, also wearing like coverall kind of clothes, but tied around the waist, has a mane of fire, for lack of a better, it's like a lion's mane of fire. They put down what they're working on, like they're like got like a wrench. They rub off some of the oil, put it down, walk up. Otto says, in the event that these two are able to get this, we'll call it a ship for now, that's what it looks like, up and running, we'll require some sort of written agreement to go off of in perpetuity of their use of it. Please get something together. Zax looks at you two, goes, and turns and walks off in typical non the very few words as possible. Otto nods good, says, good then. Well, the first step then is you perform a miracle and get this ship-shaped bucket of garbage functioning again, and then I suppose we have more conversations to have.
Yeah. I mean, fixing miracle garbage is my middle name, so let's do it.
I don't know whether to be insulted.
You say all that, and then full cut to black. 1 year later,
what an
camera
asshole.
moves up, and we see the sea of stars once again, not through a porthole, but in all of its glory. An endless mirror surface, surrounded by a just expanse of black with millions of glittering stars, so bright it's nearly daylight, almost, the ambient light from all those stars. Silver clouds drift overhead. In the distance, colored shapes dance across the sky, which, if you had been to our world, you would know to be akin to the Aurora Borealis, but instead it's just another strange, unknown phenomenon of the astral sea. Gliding silently through the water, we see, as if by miracle, restored to life, the ship Per Aspera. It's reddish wood, polished, the name re-emblazoned, sails replaced, the beautiful glass dome polished. The ship, like its only remaining crew member, lives once more. And in fact, if you guys want to look on Roll20, I will go ahead and reveal areas.
Show us the ship, baby.
The boat.
Ship.
Yeah!
Whoa! Boat.
That is a boat.
Take a good hard
So-
look at the motherfucking boat.
Yeah, this is more or less what it looks like. I just threw you on there, so we'll move around when it's relevant. But right now your characters are on there. Where the helm would be, there is a helm, but it is not a wheel. It is a chair that you sit in. and is surrounded by a glass dome. The entire ship has like an arcane ward that protects it from the brunt of different atmospheric problems, depending on what plane it goes to. So it can sail through the fire and the plane of fire, but the dome provides even more protection should anything happen to that life support system. The dome is like the last place where you could be safe, and so it is there that they keep all the most important things. The spell jamming helm, the throne where you sit to power the ship to move it through Planescape, as well as the astral navigation system, which is, you'll see also in the dome, that compass looking thing, which helps you track where you are and where you're going based on the same way we sail in this world with constellations, but a far more complex network, because the Sea of Stars is literally endless. We see all that. I assume, judging by your positions right now, Virla, you're probably most commonly the pilot.
Oh, sure.
Since we have a cook, we have a mechanic. As somewhat navigator, you would also most appropriately be pilot. So we see Virla sitting in the throne, using your arcane might, your connection to the weave, this invisible net that extends through all of reality, and is the power source of all magic to propel the boat through water without need for wind or tide. Below decks, Dani, you are fiddling with your latest job from Otto. Part of your agreement is that when he needs things moved, you guys are the people who move it in exchange for basically getting to do whatever else you want with the ship. So you are currently on your way to to Sigil by way of the Astral Sea to deliver a package that he has addressed to a group of fire newts. He's given you the whole location, the whole rundown. But in the past year, you've done many jobs and have since picked your most recent picking up this. How to describe it? Crate would be most accurate. It's big, like it's probably like 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet. Has locks that go around all sides of it, and has an arcane ward on, not an arcane ward, like arcane glyphs on it that keep it hot. The thing is insulated but hot on the inside. And yeah, your most recent job is delivering this package. We have one more PC aboard the ship that we should meet. So as we move, we see you fiddling to make sure that all of the systems are functioning on this basically big, what's the reverse of a cooler? It's hot on the inside.
An oven?
We move, basically oven. We move up from the lowest deck, go up through the floorboards to see the kitchen. Wally, would you like to describe your character?
So as Dani walks into the kitchen, she sees a very large cauldron that's currently bubbling. Little pixies moving to and from the cauldron, either putting ingredients in or tasting the soup boiling inside. With his back to Dani is a very large furbolg. He's approximately about 7 feet tall. He's not wearing his typical dress. He's actually wearing a very large apron that has various spices tied around his waist. He has very dark skin. It's a dark gray, almost with a small purplish hue to it. He hears you come in, he turns around, and you see he has a very gentle face, really short, scraggly beard, completely bald over the top, and 2 piercing yellow eyes. And he says, Dani, hey, I didn't see you walk in.
Hey, yeah, I smelled the soup, and it smelled great, and it's really cold everywhere all the time, so I figured I would walk in and stand closer to it, see if I could get any of the residual heat off of the soup.
Were you still messing with that box?
Oh, yeah, it's really warm on the inside, I think. I'm trying to figure out what all the runes are for. It's sort of like,
Don't touch it. We don't know what's in the box. I don't want to find out what's in the box.
How are we going to find out what's in the box if we don't touch the box?
Well, let's see, because we don't know. I don't want it blowing up. and we're on this ship, and last thing you want to be is floating all the way out there.
Yeah, I blow
alright?
stuff up on this ship all the time, and it works out like
Yes,
most
I
of the
know.
time.
No, it doesn't. You know damn well it doesn't.
It's like 80% of the time, it's fine.
The robot almost lost an arm last time. Okay, we're not. I can't put him back together. You can barely put him back together. We're not doing that.
But barely is still, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna keep warming my hands over the soup and.
Okay. Well, it's not ready. Okay, I don't want you sweating. I don't want your grease falling into the pot. So careful.
Daniel,
You see
like
one of the pixies sort of flies over with a little wooden spoon and kind of hits you on the head.
Ow, okay. Daniel, like, trudge over begrudgingly to the sink and, like, wash her hands off.
Look, I know we don't really need to eat while we're out here, but I appreciate y'all letting me cook a little something, just, so we can keep track of the days,
Hey, I'm not complaining. It's way better than fire slugs, so thumbs up from Dani.
What's the name of your cat, Danny?
Oh, Plug?
Plug. Okay, sweet. Yeah, Plug is trying to catch the pixies, which is like a pretty,
Danny, you know what I told you about the cat. You know what I told you about the cat.
You know I have almost no control over Plug.
The kitchen is my sanctuary. This is where the master does his work. And you're coming in here, you're bringing grease, you're bringing robot cats. How am I supposed to work?
All right. I will. Come here. Daniel will spend a few minutes trying to catch Plug somewhat unsuccessfully. Is it surprisingly?
make a sleight of hand check.
Oh boy. 1.
Wow.
Yeah, the soup nearly goes down.
Get back here! Oh, Plug!
Okay. This. All right. Let's just. You see him. He holds out his arms. They're very wide arms. Fairly skinny, despite giving it his stature. And he starts to corral you and Plug slowly out of the kitchen.
Wait.
Food will be ready in like 10 minutes. All right.
All right.
Get the robot ready.
I'll go.
You corral them out, and you guys both step up onto the deck as the silvery mists pass by you. We're going to move one last time over to Kyana. Kyana, you have been treading water for it feels like hours.
Yeah.
And I say hours, I mean like not 2, more like 12.
Oh,
but
good.
Time doesn't really, like, you're not tired, like your muscles don't, like, you presumably you should have drowned by now because you would have gotten exhausted, but you haven't gotten exhausted. So has it been 12 hours? Feels like 12 hours. You just bored after you've seen like some weird stuff pass. Those dancing lights, you saw like a massive shape that you thought could be like a whale, but you've never seen a whale in real life, so like, was it a whale? Passed by hours ago. But you see semblance of human civilization. A ship appears on somewhat in the distance, sailing not quite at you, but kind of in your direction. What would you like to do?
I would like to start moving to intercept if I can.
Okay. Yeah, you start swimming. Could I have all 3 PCs, besides Kyana, please make a perception check?
Yes, perception. Come on, dice. Don't fuck me on this.
I am pretty good at these. Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
I am not.
Dani first?
9.
Oh, God.
Cool. Virla?
4.
Oh.
Virla's driving. Dani's trying to hold a cat upside down. Finbar, what'd you roll?
19.
Oh, thank God. I'm not
19,
going to get hit by the boat.
What if it's just like,
name.
sorry, Red, you have to roll up a new character. They leave you and die.
Yeah, we just miss you. Yeah.
I know the name of the podcast
Ships in
is
the night.
what it is, but this is like really like shoehorning it.
You know, we're being
You know what,
true
get those
to
bad
character.
rolls out now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
God. My little disaster, PCs. Yeah, Finbar, you usher her out, and then you see on the distance someone swimming towards the ship. You're for a full it takes like 2 full seconds to process it because you never see people swimming out here. There's no landmass for them to come from. No one lives in the astral sea, so It's
What
weird.
in Sylvanus's great name is going on? Okay. All right. I think we got someone overboard, guys.
We gotta. What? But everyone's. Virla,
Look
are
over
you
there,
still on
over-
the ship?
Yes. What is this about
We're
someone
all
being
here.
overboard?
There's a creature, a person, something. Probably maybe I don't know what's out here. But there's something out there.
I don't see it.
Like, just okay. It's moving towards us, so just slow down a little bit,
Oh.
or turn a little bit. You see him just big arms, just trying to tell him which way to turn towards the person. You know what? Don't move. Don't move. It'll come to us.
Virla now sees the figure swimming, and he'll adjust the ship's movements accordingly to how Finbar is directing.
We could probably like pull him in, right? Like we do with the anchor. Hold on, I have an idea.
And Dani will start taking out some of her rope and crossbow bolts and start tying the rope to the end of one of the crossbow bolts.
Dani,
You see,
Dani, I see what you're doing. Do not do that.
No. If they've been swimming out here, they probably can catch anything, right? That's like.
If you hit them, and as he's saying this, you see him pull from underneath his apron is a silvery sickle. He pulls out. He's like, well, we'll see. If they get hurt, we'll be able to keep them up. Okay, just be careful with that thing.
I'm not gonna
you
do that.
see,
I'm just,
yeah, you see this figure approach. Kyana, why don't you describe yourself?
Right, so you see a young woman, a little hard to make out the details at this distance probably. She's blonde, she seems to have slightly kind of tan skin. She's wearing very simple clothes, but they're kind of oddly iridescent, and that might be the water, but it looks like it's actually a property of the fabric. And she probably looks like fairly athletic. She is also cutting through the water pretty efficiently, so you could probably infer that part. And if I see people on the ship, I'm going to wave and say, "Hey, thanks for slowing down."
Hey, catch!
and I'm gonna try and fire a crossbow bolt like right above her head, right above her like shoulder or something.
Roll to hit.
Oh, please do.
Roll to not hit?
So I'm trying not to hit her. So we'll see how this goes.
I think it's just still aiming for something.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Kyana, a crossbow bolt's coming right at your chest.
Good. Then I'm going to use my reaction to catch it.
Okay, Dani, go ahead and I'm pretty sure you there's no amount of damage you can roll that Kyana can't reduce. So you shoot a crossbow bolt. Kyana, I don't know how you received this, but someone just shot a crossbow bolt at you. And
Honestly,
you see with lightning fast reflexes, barely slowed down by water, a hand come out and catch it before it pierces her.
Oh, there's a rope on this thing. Hey, thanks.
Just start pulling her in.
The pixies all swarm down and grab and start like trying to pull you up, but they're not strong enough.
Aw,
No.
hey guys.
I can't
This
believe
is
you
so
rolled a
exciting.
19, Wally. You see as she starts to come in closer, within like 10 feet of the ship now, shapes under the water, two dark shapes that, Kyana, you missed with your natural one
Yeah.
perception.
I had great luck last time, you guys. You won't believe it. So many
Yes,
good
the
rolls.
end of the last session ended with, I think, 2 natural ones skill
Two
checks in a row.
important natural ones.
Oh,
2 important natural ones.
As he's helping pull it up, Kyana onto the ship, he says, "Oh no!" and he keeps one arm on the rope. He pulls from the other side beneath his apron. You see him slip his arm into this huge glove, and use the rest of the movement to pull her up. There's something else in the water.
That's what you can do on your first turn of combat, because I'm going to need everyone to please roll initiative.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Oh, baby, here we go.
So
Yeah,
we're
go
all,
ahead,
we're
throw
all kind
yourselves
of near
close.
the
Yep.
the edge of the ship. Okay.
All right, initiative.
Oh.
21.
Nice.
Okay.
I'd like to take this moment to thank today's sponsor, Blue Apron.
Oh, God.
Dani is sitting at 15. Finbar is sitting at a 17. You guys all roll great initiative. Virla is sitting at 8. Not Noir. And then we're going to go ahead and roll for these Alips. Ooh.
Alex.
It's respectable. It's respectable.
Okay.
Still before
Yeah,
some
I-
things. Cool. Yeah. So this is Kyana is 10 feet. Makes sense. Finbar's great perception that he would be going first. Finbar, you see these two shapes. You pull out. Everyone else squares up to get ready. You've seen Finbar in a fight before. He's got, despite his good nature and he loves to cook all these things. He is definitely quick. If there's
I
a
rolled
fight
a 21.
coming to sense that something bad is happening.
Kiana's
21?
not in the
My bad.
initiative, yeah.
So, fantastic, Kyana. Okay. Yeah, you see, even with your natural one, Kyana, from before, you didn't see these things tracking you. But now you see Finbar freaking out. You look down and you see two dark shapes, almost like shadows, underneath the water gliding towards you. It is your turn. What would you like to do? You've got movement, action, and bonus action. Just so you know, in water, there are restrictions. Your movement is halved, and all your attacks are going to be at disadvantage because, punching through water is not easy.
Yeah, I want to get on the boat as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's smart.
All right.
You are very fast, so.
Yeah, my movement is 40. I should be able to at least get to the side of the boat, and then I have the slippers, so I should be able to basically walk up the side.
Yeah, with 40 movement, so it's going to be 10 to go over one, and then you got 30 feet will take you right up to that space on the deck. So all 40 of your feet will take you. There you go. That's your movement. You got action and bonus action.
Awesome. Well, let's see. They're underwater. I'm gonna, well, I don't want to go down there to punch them, so I think I'm going to pull out a dart and throw one at the one that's to the left from my perspective, the one with the red dot.
Okay.
Just to kind of
go ahead and roll. You're throwing a dart into water, so that's going to be disadvantage. So go ahead and roll your attack roll at disadvantage.
On it. Ooh. That's a 13.
13 will just hit.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so that does... Oh, okay. 7 damage.
You watch as this dart passes cleanly through that thing, not even affecting it.
Oh man, really?
Oh no.
You guys are 5th level adventurers, so I'll give it to you for free. Some things, non-magical damage, if you just throw a mundane weapon, does not hurt them.
Beans. Okay. Let's see. I got my bonus action still?
You do. You have 2 attacks, but I don't know if there's another attack you want to take.
Well, if it's magical weapons, throwing another dart's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although your fists would.
Yes.
Not your regular fists.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna see that, and I might not know what these things are, but I can tell that my regular dart didn't do anything, so I'm gonna be like, okay, plan B, and for my bonus action, I will summon my Arms of the Astral Self. That's one key point. Let me just mark that off.
Yeah. You see, she throws a dart through, passes clean through this thing. Clearly, first of all, she threw a dart cleanly through water and hit a monster. So clearly, those of you who are, all you are just meeting her, she is skilled. But beyond that, she recognizes immediately what the problem is, and you see she brings her hands together. 2 spectral arms, clawed with all sorts of protrusions on them. Doctor Strange in Endgame come out from her body, and she squares up.
She's got more arms.
Well, they look like they're glowy and kind of ethereal. They don't look like they're part of me, but yeah. And I don't suppose those shadow thingies are within 10 feet of me, right? That's far,
they
right?
are pretty far down.
Shame. All right. Well, next time.
But not so far that they can't get there on their turn.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. That's gonna be your turn.
Yep.
Finbar, you just watched some crazy shit happen, but you are also you have a history with dealing with nasties, so.
I says, okay, we'll see about them arms. And he's going to move 10 feet up, and you're going to see, and he takes his sickle in his non-gloved hand, and you see it glow a bright red. It turns from a moonish, like a silvery moon, to bright red, as I cast Searing Smite and empower the sickle.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
And then he says, all right, let's take these out one at a time. And he throws his arms out, and casts Thorn Whip on the one closest to him.
Fantastic. Go ahead. That's a spell attack, so that's not going to be a disadvantage. What is the range on Thorn Whip?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah, 30 feet down, 10 feet out means in a non-Euclidean they are 30 feet away, so you're just in range for that.
Okay.
Welcome to D&D, where everything's a cube, and moving diagonally costs the same distance as moving...
Cool.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll to attack.
15.
15 will hit.
Okay. That is 2d6 piercing. That's 5 piercing, and he gets pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Yeah, so we're going to do 5 feet up, 5 feet over. He's still a little ways down on the deck.
And you're going to see pixies as I, do the Thorn Whip, also pull the Alep even closer, an additional 5 feet.
Okay, sweet. The light from your sickle goes from moonlight to glowing sunset as reach out and throw down a tendril of spikes and thorns, which does bind to this spectral wraith-looking creature and pull it out of the water. Pixies rushing to your aid, well practiced in fighting with you, pulling it up. As soon as it comes out, you hear it. It is like moaning and screaming, like "Help me!"
God.
Extremely eerily. Cool. That's gonna end your turn, Finbar.
Okay.
All right, Dani, you are up.
All right, so Dani's gonna throw her goggles down on top of her eyes because we need enhanced vision for this. And seeing that Finbar's got that guy covered, she's gonna run over to the other side and throw a hand down next to her and summon an Eldritch Cannon, which is my action.
Okay.
I'm particularly going to summon the Force Ballista, and use the bonus action of that Force Ballista to take a shot at old blue boy over there. So you watch as Dani sort of drops a hand down and sort of pulling from some sort of pocket dimension or something along those lines, like a little just rift in the air, a full cannon appears next to her, and on the bottom of the cannon, because it specifies that you can give it feet, a little chicken feet, little chicken claws.
Okay.
So that it can latch on. So it can latch onto the side of the ship to be more
secure.
secure.
Baba Yaga turret?
It's got a Baba Yaga turret.
Baba Yaga.
There you are. I see.
Yeah, that's some cursed shit.
They look like robot chicken feet.
Aw.
Just because it has feet doesn't mean you can eat it. Okay, just let you know.
Good to know.
Is it
Thank
actual
you, Finbar.
chicken feet, or is it just mechanical chicken feet?
Little
Mechanical
clawed.
chicken feet. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Somebody can probably eat it, but
Yeah, just not me.
Oh my gosh. Somebody stop describing this eldritch horror and please make an attack roll.
Yeah. So,
Who are you shooting at?
The blue guy.
Cool.
that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
You big hit.
Yeah. Where are my d8s? Okay.
Maybe 16 points of force damage, and he gets pushed 5 feet away.
Jesus.
damn.
Jeez.
It's a
Okay.
cannon!
Actually, 15?
Yeah, I think that
All right,
was...
this character's got to go.
Oh.
Cool. You see this? Yeah, you see this fucking curse thing appear out of nowhere, and it climbs up on like the rail of the deck, and like target, and then nearly goes off the rail, but clutches on with its cursed ass chicken feet. This hits this like beam of black with like okay, so you know like black holes in pictures, they're bending light around them.
Yeah.
That's like what force looks like. It's like that like black hole ball with like light bending around it.
Oh.
Blows out and hits this thing and just blasts it back in the water. Cool. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and stay out!
That's my turn.
Okay. Oh, they're not gonna stay out. It is now their turn. Yeah. So the first guy, actually, now that you blew him back, can't quite make it into melee. He's gonna get up in the air, 10 feet away. So he can't quite make it into melee anymore, but he's going to use, you hear that same like whispering cries like, there's like, help me, get it out of my head. And I would like, choose up to 3 creatures. I would like Virla,
Oh dear.
Dani, and our monk, Kyana, to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
no.
not my wisdom.
Any of us feeling
Alrighty, let's
particularly wise?
Yes, but I'm not gonna push my luck on that, so...
Okay.
Well,
All right.
it's,
Can I get Kyana? What'd you roll?
11. Wasn't very good.
That's a fail. Virla, what'd you roll?
22.
Ooh.
Jesus.
That is a save.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Am I getting advantage
Uh,
on this from something? Sorry.
Oh, you're a Kalistar. You have advantage on all wisdom saving throws.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, let me roll another die and hope I get better than a 7. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that's much better. 21.
Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
Mosquito in here.
Phew. I thought that felt wrong.
21 is also a save. Danny, please tell me you rolled well.
13.
Yes, that's a fail.
Oh, no.
By 1. Oh,
nice to know
okay.
that you're actively
As the
working
whispers of
against us.
madness penetrate into your mind, Danny, you take
Sorry, the what?
Yeah, excuse me.
9 psychic damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I need you to use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against who's within 5 feet of you. Both of them.
Both of them and the cannon.
Both of us.
Let's see. Yeah, but you're not gonna punch the. It's not gonna make you punch the cannon.
That would be very funny,
okay,
though.
Odds are Kyana, evens are Veerly.
Okay.
Odds. So please,
Okay.
Danny, are you holding any weapons?
I have my crossbow equipped.
I think it says melee weapon attack.
Yeah.
Just
melee
stab
weapon
her.
attack. So go ahead and just roll to punch her.
Sure.
Just add your proficiency plus strength.
I got a natural 20.
No.
I got a natural 20.
No.
Come on, man. Really?
Okay, well,
I'm not
okay.
that
So
strong.
lucky for you, there's no dice. So the 1 damage doubles to 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then add your strength modifier.
Okay, so that's gonna be 3 points total.
Okay, Kyana, you see, as this howling comes through, you've worked your whole life to put up mental blocks against this kind of psychic attack.
Yep.
Virla, you're just unfazed. But Danny, for a brief second, the world seems to split, and for just a moment, you're like, "Oh my God, we brought the enemy on the ship. Like, we just let her on." And you reach out and throw a haymaker, and just for 3 points of damage, clock Kyana on the shoulder.
Oh. Wow. Ow.
Danny, what are you doing over there?
The
I'm
enemy's on the
confused.
ship!
Are we attacking the person or this creepy spirit people?
Well, please
Things.
don't.
You have multiple
The other
arms.
one is
At least it wasn't a crossbow this time.
the other one is
let's
going
start
to
with the
roll up on
ghost.
the deck. The other one's going to roll
Oh,
up on
man.
the deck and is going
Okay.
to make a maddening touch attack against Finbar.
Oh no.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Oh my
Cool.
God. I need to dice. Hold on.
TPK.
25 psychic damage.
Good.
Oh my
Lord.
God.
Finbar.
Okay.
I rolled. I think I rolled 2 under max damage.
Austin,
Wow.
Okay.
we're dumb. Austin,
Okay,
we're
I'm
dumb.
fine.
Why'd you put
Go ahead,
psychic
make a
enemies
concentration
against us?
Yes. Well, DC 12.
DC 13.
13.
12. What is,
Okay.
Yeah, 26 is 13.
So you're still conscious?
Finbar is the toughest of all of you. He has the highest HP.
Just
Phew,
13. Okay.
Oh, you make it.
Yes.
You maintain the light on your sword.
Nice.
Fortunately, that is all the owl could do, but you see it reaches out and it plunges a cold hand into your chest to like hold you, and then places its other hand on the side of your head, and there's a moment where you see flashes of psychically downloading information into your brain. You see just the briefest glimpses, and it causes like a throbbing, shooting headache in your brain. But you see glimpses of like the sea, some shape in the sea, like a huge eye opening to look at you, and you stumble backwards. That hurt. It's lucky that wasn't a crit. That would have been nasty.
Jesus.
But that does end its turn. It can only do that once. So, Virla, you are up. You see Dani has just made a haymaker punch. The other ones are encroaching. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am trying to figure out an angle at which I can hit both of them. So I believe if I posse up next to Finbar, that will allow me to get an angle on a line of sight on both of them.
Okay. All right.
They're both at the same level, so
Okay.
you should. Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing?
My intention is to get a line of sight on both of them. I want to cast lightning bolt
Whoa.
Okay.
Am I also in the way of that? Just a quick
Yeah.
question.
Are you? Is she?
It's okay. So here's the thing: it passes directly through the corner of her space, which, by
My
the way
other
it
shoulder!
works,
No!
I'm gonna call it a 50-50. So,
Oh, boy.
Red, go ahead and roll any dice. And odd, it's gonna miss you, and even, you're gonna be in the line of fire.
Okay, here comes a d20. Odd as it misses me? All right.
Yep, you want an odd.
11.
Hey.
That's an odd, if I remember
odd, yes.
correctly. So,
Yes, correct.
yeah, you expertly, you've been in a lot of fights, not necessarily spellcasters, but you can still tell when someone's gearing up for something, and you bring your shoulder back to create an opening for Virla. Virla, go ahead. It's dex saves from both of these guys.
I believe so. Yes.
They are, it's not their best. I think it's gonna fail on both of them. The highest is a 12.
Yay. Oh yes, this is against my save DC, which is a 15. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna fail.
Okay. So I'm only casting at 3rd level. I'm not doing any Order of the Scribe stuff, so it's just lightning. So it should be 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save. Please hold. That wasn't that great. 3 dice and I get a 6. Okay. Oh, a little better. So the 6, 12, 16, 19, and then roll 2 more. 25. 25 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
25 is nothing to sneeze at. You see neither of these things can get out of the way. Like the knife before, it somewhat passes through, but it also, you can see they are affected by it.
Interesting.
But you've electrocuted things with lightning bolt before, and you know what like full damage looks like. This is my way of saying you recognize they're resisting this damage.
Okay.
So that is 25 half to 12 for both of them.
Okay.
Which is still, technically 25 points of damage on the field. And that other one is not looking good post Dani's nonsense. So we are going to go to Kyana. Your turn comes back.
All right. Unfortunately, the blue one is not close enough for me to punch. I'm going to scooch up to be proximate to the red one. And I am going to start
as a note, your arms your spectral arms have a 10-foot reach, which means you could punch him from there. But in this game, we use flanking, so being on the opposite square as Finbar will grant you advantage. So just keep in mind, you're going to have a better time hitting, but also if you keep your distance with the arms, you have there's a much lower chance it's going to try to attack you because you're no longer standing next to it, you know?
Okay, so if I'm right up on it, then we're flanking and I get advantage, but if I'm farther back, I can still hit it, but I don't get advantage, and but it also can't hit me back as easily?
Yep.
That's
exactly. Because it would have to leave Finbar to come get you, in which case he'd punch it.
I think I'm still gonna close, just,
Cool.
get that tasty
Go for
advantage. All right, so that was
We
my
love that
movement.
tasty advantage, man.
Yes. All right.
Finbar, can you cook some of that up for us?
Okay, let's see. Arms of the Astral Self. Let's just do some unarmed strikes, I guess. Now I think I remember how this works, so I can just do one basic one to start with.
You get 2 attacks with your action.
Right.
And then, as your bonus action, you can either punch once for free or spend a key point to punch twice.
Okay, well, let's start with my first attack. And because of the Arms of the Astral Self, it's +7 instead of +6. And it does say 10-foot reach. How about that? Jesus Christ. 14. That was a very bad roll for the advantage.
That'll hit. These things are not armored or anything. They're just big, smoky bodies.
Okay, 1d6 plus 3 damage for the first hit. That would be... Oh, okay. 9 points.
Okay.
All right.
9 is not shabby.
Good. Second attack.
And this is force damage, I believe, correct?
I think so. Let me check. Arms of the Astral Self. Spectral
it should be force
arms,
damage.
Wisdom.
So they do not resist it.
Oh, you know what? It's got a symbol next to it. Yeah, it's got like a little fireball thingy. So I'm guessing that's force damage.
Yeah,
something
I'll check.
like that.
Hold on, I got your character sheet here, so I'll double check for you. But go ahead and
Cool.
roll your next attack.
All right, second attack. Not 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
I've never critted before. This is gonna be
That's
exciting.
force.
Ooh.
Go ahead. So, here we go. Here's how crits work in this campaign.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. The last one was actually 1d6 plus 4, so it should have been 10 points of damage.
I will subtract one more. That's Kyana. I'll subtract one more damage for him, and then you can roll the crit. Here's how crits work.
Yes.
Roll the dice once.
Okay.
And then take the maximum number on the dice. Crits in my game, I use the same one that the Boston group, my Boston friends, so Noir and Sophia know. Crits hit hard in this game. So go ahead and roll your d6,
Okay.
add 6, and then add your wisdom like you normally would.
Okay, well, I rolled a 2, so that'll be an 8 plus
Okay.
4, so 12 points of damage.
Nice.
That's still pretty good.
Yes.
This guy's not looking good. You can put this guy down.
Okay. In that case, I'll spend the key point to hit him twice again this round. Do I have to make that call before I make my third attack for bonus action?
Yes, you have
Okay.
to choose your bonus action is going to be 1 punch or 2 punch and do it up front.
2 punches. Let's do it. Okay, third attack. 15 plus, okay, yeah, 22. I mean, it hits. All right,
Yes.
1d6 plus 4. 8 points of damage. My fourth and final punch. Hopefully. 23 to hit. I mean, it hits.
Yep.
And 1d6. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Yeah, you see this one. How do you want to do this? How do you want to kill him?
Oh,
Nice.
it's just basic punches. I think the last one I want to go through the chest, but that's really...
Finbar, this thing bears down on you. It just took a chunk out of your health. And then you see Kyana comes striding in. Pop, pop, pop. Astral punches. And then one comes fully through the chest, inches from your face. And then as it pulls back, this thing moans and dissipates.
Whew. Oh, man.
That's nice. Let's do
This
that
is
again.
exciting. Yeah, that was really good.
Let me see if I
All
can
right,
do
does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Finbar sees that happen. He says, "Okay, let's see if I can do that." You see him
Finbar's
switch hands. He switches the sickle from his off hand to his main hand within the gloves. He's going to run, and this thing is at level with the ship, right?
Yep.
Run and jump.
Okay.
And
How
hit
far
this
can
thing.
you? Your strength is really high. You can jump.
It's a 19 right now.
Yeah, if you go, you kind of have to like duke around. So you kind of got to go like here and then jump diagonally out. But I measured it. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
You can jump 10 feet. You
weave
see no athletic check needed. Go ahead and move within 5 feet. You see Finbar, impressively agile for someone so huge, run out and around, and then you see his legs for a moment swell with immense strength. And then he jumps off of the deck. I assume you're gonna swing at this dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I bring the sickle out and with a large swing, aim for its neck. Does it have a head?
It does have a head.
Yeah. So I aim at its neck, and you see just pure heat coming at it. Let's roll. Hold up. Ooh, that's not great. 13?
13 will just hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Connect. So that's going to be a D4 plus 5. That's max on the D4, 9.
And what kind of damage is that?
That is magical slashing damage.
Okay, so minus. Okay, so it takes full from that, 9 damage.
And then the Searing Smite will also go off.
Yes.
So that's D6 fire.
Ooh.
That's it's max on the fire, so that's 6.
Okay, it does resist this fire damage as
Okay.
well.
No.
No.
It
And then
takes 3 damage.
at the start of each of its turn, it has to make a con save or take an additional D6.
What? Oh god, that's awesome. Okay, Finbar, go ahead and fall down
Okay.
a little bit. So you can see there's a mast right there.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make me a DC. Let's see, it's not too bad to grab on. A DC 13 dexterity saving throw to grab onto that mast as you plummet down, and the
Okay.
Alp is going to take a reaction attack against you as you move past.
Okay. Yeah, 21.
Whew.
Yeah, you grab on, but he's going to swipe at you first. That's a 14 plus 6 is dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's see if I rolled not as
Ooh,
not as well as last time. Okay, it's not as good. 20 points of psychic
Oh
damage.
my god.
Okay.
Dude.
Yikes.
Are you still
okay.
up?
What do you got, Finbar?
I'm at 7.
Okay.
Okay, you slam into the side and pull yourself up onto the mast. That's for a second time as its ghostly arm moves through you. You feel that psychic shock. Yeah, you're not doing great.
So the impact from the psychic shock kind of rattles my concentration again, but as I hit the mast, I failed my concentration check. Sort of like it's just too many things happening all at once, and Searing Smite drops. But I still have my pixies, and they will do an additional D6, I believe.
Ooh, sweet. That's really bringing this guy down.
Yes, D6 piercing.
Yeah, go ahead, roll your damage.
4.
Okay, another 4 damage. Every little bit helps. You're chipping away at this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I believe
you're
that's my
down.
turn. Yep.
It's Danny's turn. All right, Danny. Here's what's up. You already know it has a 13 AC. I'm gonna write on this paper how many hit points this guy has left.
Oof.
I don't think you can kill it in one round,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't know your character very well, so we'll see.
Oh, we're gonna try. Okay, so first
Okay,
things first.
Danny,
yeah.
do your turn.
Danny's sort of like, oh man, what am I doing? Oh, right, guy to fight. Okay, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to direct the arcane cannon to. So is Finbar like level with the blue guy, or is he a little below him right now?
No, he fell like 20 feet. Actually, ooh, you fell 20 feet.
Don't. Don't.
I gotta roll 2d6 fall damage.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, no. He rolled really well, so I'm gonna. You rolled over a 20 on your deck save, so I'm gonna half it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So
it can't,
even
can't zero him
2d6 is
out.
12 half to 6. Cannot
Yeah.
knock him out.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's 7 half to 3.
All
That
right.
would have
So you take
ended
3
him.
more,
That would
3
have
more.
done it.
Jeez, bro.
An extremely bold move though. That was
So
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, that was really
Danny,
cool.
yeah, he is not in the way. So
Excellent.
you have a clear line of sight on
As
this.
long as
house.
I'm taking all the hits, that's all that matters.
All right. Well, Danny's gonna smack the arcane cannon and have it fire off a shot using my bonus action.
Anyone else would be dead, by the way, other than Finbar.
I would be so dead at this point.
I'm okay. That's a 19 to hit.
19 is gonna hit.
Awesome.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. Where my d8's at?
I'd be so pissed if these guys don't get to a second round.
Teamwork makes the dream.
Okay, so that is 10 points of force damage, and the creature gets pushed
Jeez.
5 feet away.
It's
Okay.
getting harder and harder to punch.
Oh my god. What are you gonna do for your action?
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Oh no! You might do this. Okay.
Battlecasters!
3 attack rolls. It takes half damage. Okay, so that brought it down to a different number. So I'll write that down. Okay, Scorching Ray, 3 attack rolls.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind it resists this damage, but
I only have fire spells. I chose all of my spells based on theme alone.
It's about the brand, baby.
Oh,
In more ways than one.
all of these are gonna.
That's
all
not that's
these are
not
gonna-
Sophia talking. That's Danny
Yeah,
as
yeah,
she
yeah.
was choosing her.
So the first attack is a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Good lord.
Second is
yep.
second is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
And the third is a 23 to hit.
Oh god, I don't think it can live through this. Go ahead and roll.
This feels good. And because I am casting through my arcane focus as an artificer,
Yes.
this is an arcane firearm type spell, so it would be adding 1d8 to one of these spells' damage rolls. So I'll add it to the first one just to see what happens.
I'm pretty sure if you roll minimum damage, you'll kill it. So go ahead and roll.
Sorry.
Damn.
This first attack is 13 points of fire damage.
Okay, that's half to 6.
All right, and the second. Ooh, the second is 8 points of fire damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah!
Nice.
Dani is sort of like rubbing her head a little bit, like, oh man, this guy really got in my brain. And she sort of leans on the cannon and like takes out her multi-tool and sort of like squints a little bit, leans back, braces her arms, and just fires off 3 shots in a row straight at the blue guy. just pow, pow, pow.
Damn.
Even with so much of the flame passing through it, it is not enough to stop it from burning up. As the shreds like burn inwards, the last thing that remains is its mouth, which gapes open, and lets out a cry of dread, and then
Woo!
fizzles up like
Yeah.
some sparkler.
Run over to the edge and lean over.
All right.
Yo, Finn, are you okay?
You see Finbar kind of hugging this mast, and he's kind of he says, I'm a little hungry.
I have a question. If my arms have a reach of 10 feet, can I use one to hold onto the edge of the boat and the other one to reach far enough down to get him off the
Seems
mast?
Seems reasonable to me.
Yay! I'm just
I
gonna
reach
can
out
help
with
him up.
my Fomorian glove to grab her astral arm, and you see a little vine shoot up and tie them both together.
Yeah,
bonding.
that's the spirit. All right, let's get him up of here. Maybe get some health
You guys-
potions in this man.
Bored, the chaos of battle dies down, and I think this is going to be a good spot for
Yes.
us to
Take
pause our
5.
recordings and take water breaks.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Rolling with difficulty.
Hi, I'm Red, and you're listening to Rolling with Difficulty, a D&D podcast. Now back to the show.
Rolling with difficulty.
Cool. You guys, in those moments post-combat, Kyana, you, with one spectral arm, lower yourself down. You see this gauntleted arm come up. Finbar looks, like physically he's not bleeding or anything, but he looks haggard. He is, like, clearly internally beat up. Also, go ahead and roll me either an Arcana or History check, Kyana.
Me? Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Do I have any skill in either of those things? Arcana or History? Cool, they're both +0. Let's just roll a die. Hacha. 12.
Yeah, it's probably not enough. Just a
Aw.
fun little lore thing. But Dani, you pull up your... By the way, Dani has goggles. She mentioned she puts them on before. She is from a place... She is born and raised, and her species, she's part fire elemental, is from a place that is so naturally bright that the way welders wear goggles to dull the light when they're they're welding things, because there's the flash from it, it's too bright. She wears goggles that are the reverse. When she is in dark places, she wears goggles that bring the light levels up for her, because she is used to being in like insanely bright spaces.
Yeah, so don't even think about stealing my glasses. They're gonna make you blind.
Thanks.
Yeah, they'll blind you. You guys pull yourself up to the ship, up to the deck of the ship. What would you like to do?
Whew, that was
just-
wild.
Virla's going back to the pilot seat to get the ship up and running again.
Finbar is just not moving. He's just on his back. Oh no. Okay.
You good?
I'm very hungry. I think it's
Oh,
time
okay.
to eat.
Oh.
Kiana, do you like soup?
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
Uh,
I made chol soup.
Probably.
Oh, man. What's in that?
um,
That sounds awesome.
Don't think about it. It
Oh.
tastes real good.
All right.
Hi.
Cool, yeah.
Man.
I'm sorry I punched you in the face earlier. I don't know why I did
Oh.
that. Hi, my name's
Oh,
Dani.
yeah. Oh, hi, Kyana. Nice to meet you. Don't worry about the punching or the crossbow bolt. It's all good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I've had worse welcomes, in my own home from people I've known for decades, so don't worry about it. It's completely fine.
Well, that's ominous. Should we go
What?
eat some soup?
Yeah, let's do the soup. Soup sounds good.
Okay, you guys welcome this total stranger who just helped you kick some undead ass onto your boat.
Oh, those were undead? Ugh.
Yeah.
They certainly weren't alive.
I don't know, there's a lot of ways to be alive.
Let's
Didn't wanna
see.
assume.
We've got a researcher aboard. Virla, do you want to roll an Arcana check to see if you know anything about those guys?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Virla. Roll, baby.
Give me a moment to recollect and remember what these may be. What was it? A history check?
Arcana.
Or Arcana? Okay. That is a 16.
Woo.
16. Definitely undead.
Definitely
you
undead.
know.
I know.
I don't think you would know the name, but judging from like, or you might be able to like go find the name if you want to, but you definitely kind of know what they are. The way I think you would understand it is the same way we understand ghosts are souls that have died and they had unfinished business. So they have like they've manifested and cannot move on. These things, you've heard of this. It's a similar case, but it's slightly tweaked, where it's souls that have learned a secret or experienced something so dark and crushing. They're like they have like an unfinished business of like getting that secret out. They usually happen because like wizards curse people or something. Like they put like like they've
interesting.
Like some powerful lich puts like a spell on their spell book, and then the next person tries to open it to like learn the spells. Like their mind is racked with it and they die and they're trapped. But on the astral sea, who knows? Like it's literally a graveyard for so many things. Who knows what these things ran across that tortured their minds to the point that they died and cannot move on, or could not move on till the afterlife, until they divulged this information, until you guys beat the shit out of them.
Wow, that is wild.
Good news. You had been spared by tortured, gossipy souls.
Oh yeah, that is good news.
Point of order for all of this, the arcane cannon lasts for 1 hour unless dismissed, and I am not dismissing it, so anywhere Dani is going on the boat for the next hour, there's a little chicken foot cannon following behind.
Well, I think it's adorable, so no complaints here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of heat, as most things for you do, Dani, because it's a big like generator that makes force energy, so the plug is sleeping on top of it.
Oh, I love that so much.
Well, this is great in all kinds of ways. Oh, man.
Yeah, Finbar, you collect yourself, your pixies help you stand up. And yeah, if you guys want to take a meal and catch up somewhat, this all happened, I know, we've been playing for a while, but this all happened in like it was less than like 2 minutes from seeing her to this moment right now. So a lot has transpired. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about, now's the time as you sit down. Chul soup, what does that taste like, Wally?
If you've had chicken soup, but imagine the chicken is very tough and a little bland. We forgot to pick up salt this time around, so it's a little lacking in flavor. But next time we're on port, we'll get some salt.
It's probably the most flavorful thing I've ever eaten, so you're not getting any
negatives
from me.
Honestly.
I put my heart and soul into these, so I appreciate it. And you see him put out. We only have 4 bowls, but since the robot doesn't really eat, you can have his.
Well, thank you.
You see him take out a small dish, and he disappears out from the kitchen, comes back with a little oil, and he puts that down for a plug. Then he looks at the Eldritch Cannon. He says, "Does that thing eat?"
I don't know. No, I'm gonna go with no.
Okay, all right. And then he takes out a small plate and puts it in front of the robot. He's like, you can act like you're eating with us. Is that everybody? We all sit down at the table together. That's what we do.
Thank you.
It's
Good
so
soup.
heartwarming.
Delicious.
This
and
is
hearty.
a lot. This is a lot. I might actually be a little bit on the verge of tears right now.
Oh, forgive me. I am Virla. I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh
Who
yeah,
might you
yeah.
be?
I'm Kyana. It's good to meet you guys too. Thanks so much for picking me up. Sorry, everything happened a lot, It was a lot. It was very fast.
So why were you swimming in the astral sea? I mean, swimming's fun and all.
Oh, is that
but...
where this is? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. I think.
My questions
That
have more questions.
I don't know if I can answer them super good. I ran away from home. I wanted to, see the world a little bit, go beyond the life path I had in front of me, and I ran away, and I ended up here for, I don't know how long. It feels like a while, but I'm also not tired, so I feel like it can't have been that long, but, yeah.
Do you know where you are?
Well, you said the Astral Sea. I'm going to assume this is the Astral Sea?
You are correct.
Okay.
The
I'm up to
Astral
speed.
Sea is considered, and I suppose, Austin, you can correct me on this. The Astral Sea is considered the miasma between worlds and planes. We traverse it on our way. We are currently on our way to Sigil. It is very difficult to get here accidentally, which makes your condition all the more impressive.
Oh, we had a door to it in my place, so it wasn't that hard.
You walk through a door.
Well, I walked through the door.
Oh, well, we're going to a city of doors, so you're in luck.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, doors to where? Like,
everywhere.
Wherever you want.
Yeah.
okay. Sounds exciting, I think.
We are delivering something there. We are happy to. What is one more package then in that case?
This is Danny's weird little box. Who knows what's in it?
It's technically not my box, but I do want to know what's in the box. So, are we opening it? Yeah?
What?
No, we're not opening it. No, we're not opening the damn box.
There's a
I
box?
feel like we have.
It would be...
Don't.
kind
I
of
feel
box?
like we have
Okay,
this discussion
let's
every
stop.
time that Otto gives us a package. You are not meant to open the packages that we could deliver.
I just want to know what's in them, you know?
But, like, what kind of box is it? Like, how big is the box?
It's
it is
about
it is
yay
a large
big,
box.
and Daniel just like put her arms out ambiguously.
Oh.
About yay big. It's really warm on the inside. It's got these arcane runes on the outside to keep it warm on the inside. It's for some fire newts.
Huh.
Correct.
I don't know why I asked. There's no way I can possibly guess what this box might be.
So
If
don't
it's
worry
not
about the
something-
box. It's
Yeah.
it's really not.
We
it's
can
just,
ask politely.
She's just really annoying with it. She's constantly. You know what happened the last time she touched the package? Dan blew near the robots. Blew the robot's arm off.
Oh.
This
Okay.
is true.
And
But I
this box is
didn't.
much bigger than that thing. So you don't want her touching it, please, Danny. Please.
I won't touch the box. I just like to know what everything on the ship is, and it's on the ship, and I don't know what it is. It bugs me.
Well, once we deliver the package, you may ask politely if we may see its contents. To the party whom we're delivering it to, you may ask them politely.
Daniel just sort of grumble and continue to like drink some of the soup up.
Who are you delivering it to?
Fire Newt.
Wait. Okay.
You know what a
I
newt
don't-
is?
Yeah, I think I do actually, but I don't
Okay.
really want to
Imag-
assume.
Now just
Imagine
imagine it's
one
on fire.
on fire.
It's the same thing.
Okay,
Exactly.
so we're delivering a package to some lizards that are on fire.
They don't like to be called lizards. Don't call them
Okay, see, this is the kind of context I need. Most of the
That's
newts I
true.
know don't have opinions on things.
that. Well,
They are presumably sentient enough to order packages. So
Well, that's why I was confused.
I mean,
We can ask-
like the robot said, we'll get answers to all our questions when we get there.
if you desire, you may ask the newts the degree to which they are sentient.
Ooh. Is that feels like that might be rude. Is that rude?
Yeah.
As long as you're not calling them lizards, I think anything else is fair game.
All right.
You may ask them if that's rude.
I feel like I should be writing this down.
Oh man. I really want to know what's in that box, you guys.
How far until Sigil?
I have a very funny comment, but I'm gonna save it to the end. Oh my god.
Computer,
you
how
guys,
long must we vamp
yeah.
for?
No. You're not vamping. That was really good. Yeah, you guys eat and partake of introductions a little bit. I assume there's kind of like a vibe. You guys give like a general like little bit about yourselves, like Dani letting him know you're from the city of Brass, which is in Fireplane, and Finbar letting them know that you are the cook on the ship and that you were from the Feywild, things like that. Up to Kyana how many questions she's gonna ask, but
City of Brass, what's that like?
It's really hot and really bright, and there's a lot of really good scrap metal. I used to work at this, well, I still do kind of work at this place called Otto's, and we get all sorts of junk coming through, so if you're into tinkering, it's a great place. There's like there's some like politicians or something too, but I don't really care about them. They do their own thing.
yeah, small
okay.
note. It's run by thousands of fire genies, extremely powerful.
Incredible.
accomplished warriors and mages. Small detail.
Small detail.
Cool. And the Feywild, you said?
Think you know about fairies?
No. I think.
You see him. He whistles, and sort of the pixies turn visible.
Ooh.
And they start dancing around. Dani, they're kind of like that, except they could be bigger, they could be smaller, and there's all sorts of weird magical things all over there. It's a little dangerous. You don't want to get lost. And yeah, it's just a giant ass forest. That's all it is.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's home. Speaking of home, where are you from?
Oh, okay. So there's this monastery, and it's kind of built on this big hole in the ground that just goes down really far, and monsters keep coming out of it. I think the monastery's there to stop that from getting worse. So, mostly we sit around the hole and punch anything that comes out. It's great. It's it's performing a very valuable service, I think.
Does anyone want to roll an Arcana or History check to see if they can grok what she's talking about?
Yeah.
Is there
some
anything
Arcana.
besides the hole?
There's buildings around the hole. Well, there's a building, one really big, complicated building. And then there's the room with the hole in it, which is mostly just the hole. And like walls and a ceiling and stuff, but yeah.
If there is nothing else besides the hole, then what exactly are you protecting the contents of the hole from?
It's funny. I always wondered the same thing. Like, I know there's stuff out there, because, like, I came from somewhere, the other monks came from somewhere, but, like, we don't, like, leave until we're, super old and high-ranking and stuff, so... Beats me, I guess. Apparently the Astral Sea. At least a little bit.
Virla, how well did you roll?
Sorry, can you remind me history or arcana?
History or Arcana?
Yeah, for either it's an 18.
Oh, good.
18. And Finbar, anything?
Yeah, I could try. Yeah.
If you want to roll, you technically this phenomenon does exist in the Feywild.
Oh, okay.
Although I don't know if you're actually, you might be familiar with it for one particular reason. What'd you roll?
I rolled nature.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
I have a -2
Yeah.
to intelligence anyways. I rolled a 14.
14? Yeah, so for Virla, this sounds like the Underdark, which for Virla which is in the mundane world. It's in the prime material plane. Learning that Kyana is from the mundane world, I don't know if that means anything to you, but to a lot of people out in the planescape, it's kind of like signaling yourself with a big tourist shirt. You just stepped out into the world, with a big I love New York shirt on. Also, it's pretty typical that a lot of planers, which you guys are all planers, which is to say mortal people who live in the planes, and then there are deities and quasi-deities, and angels aren't mortal, but they can die. They're not gods, but they kind of have their own, they don't really have free will, right? Same with devils. All of these other people who live in the planes think that what happens in the mundane world is very silly nonsense. They're like, anything that's worth happening happens out here. And to be like, I'm from the mundane world, they're like, ugh, God, okay.
You're punching holes, things coming out of holes. So
the mundane world cannot be all that
It is a
mundane
little
if
silly.
that is the job that you have.
It probably has cool stuff in it. I just, it was just one big maze around this one big hole in the ground, and sometimes things that want to kill you come out of it. It's, there's only so much that can happen in your day like that.
Surely, you must have a childhood before the monastery, before guarding this giant hole.
Probably. I mean, I know where babies come from and stuff. So I came from somewhere, but I've been in the monastery for as long as I can remember, I think.
The monastery is not very friendly, but has an extremely good sex ed program.
Yeah.
None of this abstinence-only nonsense. It's very, very informed.
that's good. That's good. That's the basis for a very strong society.
Yeah.
Monks fuck.
Monks fuck?
Responsibly.
Responsibly.
Asterisk.
You gotta know-
responsibly.
You gotta know the rules to break the rules.
It's more like, you're not going to use this, but it's important that you know, like learning math. Yeah.
You are an inquisitive person who knows not the origins from which they came. We will get along great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Virla doesn't know much about what was up with him before either, so you guys can bond over
This
that.
is my monastery, I suppose you could consider.
Oh,
And the tortured shades who are left to wander the astral sea, for they have been cursed by wizardly means, are, I suppose, the dangers down which the whole of non-existence I punch them through. That's a sentence.
yeah. By definition.
You seem really good at punching, so
Yeah.
whatever
Oh, yeah.
y'all were doing around that hole, you seem to be very good at it.
Thanks, yeah. Punching was pretty much the only thing we did, so it would be kind of embarrassing
Wow.
if I wasn't good at it at this point.
I feel a little better about punching you earlier then.
Yeah, honestly, like, homesick, really.
Home sweet home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homesick home is really funny. Oh man.
jeez.
You guys also take a short rest during this time. So if you want to go ahead and roll
Short rest.
Nice.
your
You get an additional D8 for eating my soup.
Oh.
So I think for most
I
of
am-
you're everyone's gonna come up to full except maybe Finbar if he rolls bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll some D10s.
All right, let me just,
Yum. Good soup.
where's my D8s? There we go.
You keep saying good soup. Is your, like, voice box glitching or something?
Mmm.
I didn't even realize that I was doing the fucking TikTok sound.
Perfect.
Good soup.
Nice house.
Nice house.
Cannon
You will get
disappears.
wizard can restore. Yes, cannon disappears. Wizard can restore source spell slots with your arcane recovery.
That's
Monk
right.
gets their key points back. Finbar will not get his spell slot. Dani will not get the spell slot. But anything else that resets on a short rest, you get back.
I think I'm gonna lie on the deck and stare at the stars, unless something else
Yeah.
happens for now.
You guys eat, drink. Virla, you return to set coordinates. You're only a few hours out from Sigil at this point, so whatever you guys want to do in the next few hours, if there's anything, if not, will arrive. But yeah, Virla, you return to navigate at the helm. Kyana, sorry, I know all the things except the names. It takes me
yes.
so long to remember the names. I have to go, Kyana, you lie on the deck and see the sky
Yeah.
more than maybe, probably not for the first time in your life. You've been outside,
Yeah.
you know, like they don't, it's not fully keeping you locked up. You've been outdoors, but you see the sky for like in one span longer than you ever looked at it
Yeah. Yeah. This rules.
in one go.
This is great.
So, yeah, because it's probably about another like 4 or 5 hours before you're gonna arrive. So,
I'm very good at staying still for long periods of time. I'm not moving unless something happens.
You lay back, and it's nice to know that even though you just got attacked out here, unlike the last time you were doing this
Yeah.
kind of thing where you were stationed at the chasm,
Yep.
kind of waiting with nothing to do on the edge of your seat the whole time, both bored out of your skull and anxious
Yep.
about what could be coming, about are you going to prove yourself? Is this going to be the time when you succeed and there will be some mobility, you'll get some reward. Instead, it's nice to just lie back and feel endless possibilities. There's people here to help you. There are more stars to look at than you could have imagined. You're no longer bored.
Yeah.
The time, unlike treading in the astral sea, seems to fly by for you.
Heck yeah.
Dani and Finbar, is there anything you're going to do?
Yeah, just as Kiana's lying on the deck, there's like a clunk, 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 and then an AOL dial-up noise as a metallic cat head like leans over her at some point while she's laying out there. Plug will go
this
and
is
and hang.
incredible.
We'll do that noise in post.
Yeah, make a soundboard for my robot cat. But otherwise, Dani's just gonna be, putzing around the ship, tinkering with stuff, and trying really hard not to
Yeah.
think about the box and what it could possibly contain.
He spends a long time also staring, but trying to look at the box.
Finbar is actually going to do two things. He's going to go to he's going to go to Verl, Dani, and Kyana and hand them a small little treat. He says, next time we get into a scrap, this should keep you up. It gives 3 temporary hit points. It's a bonus action to eat.
Oh.
Oh.
What should we call this?
How do I add it
in
to
our
my
inventory?
Oh, good question. Yeah, we'll work on that. Maybe I'll create a magic item, a custom magic item for you guys, that you can add and subtract. But for now, just go ahead, add like treat as a custom item, and
it's a searing sweet. So it's a
Oh, that's great.
Verl, yours is specifically made for you to it's much hotter than the other two, so that your brain can process the actual heat coming off of the candy.
It's a floppy disk.
Pie zombie style. Yeah. I don't know if anyone other than me watched that show, but
but yeah, and then he will spend the rest of his time sort of cleaning up the kitchen, washing the dishes.
You guys spend your time busy on the ship in your various ways. Virla, you know that you're upon the portal. You've reached the destination, and you indeed, you see like on the map you're reaching it, and you look out and you see open in the endless sea is a huge circular, looks like a gaping hole with like a glowing, it's like a glowing ring of this like leather brown, which, as you know, frequent sailors would know, denotes a portal to Sigil. All of the different gateways to different planes have color-coded rings, so you know where you're going to when you enter. But yeah, it's a big like glowing ring, and water is endlessly falling down into it like a waterfall. The analogy here is like Pirates 3 when they're going over they're gonna. So those of you accustomed to this, you know that's about to happen. I don't know if anyone says anything to Kyana.
Nope. I just assume she knows.
I actually might, at least a little bit.
Virla
you
just
got...
kind of like, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Virla just wanted to. I just wanted to say, Virla announces to I guess the deck. I don't know if there's like a PA announcement.
Yeah, maybe like an intercom.
It's an intercom.
Okay. Oh, if that's the case, then like every 5 minutes, then Virla would absolutely be like, this is a reminder for Dani to not touch the box. Please, thank you. But as we're approaching the portal, Virla would sort of like announce on the comms, now approaching Sigil, the city of doors. Please stay seated at all times. Please keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
I'm running as far forward on the boat as I can, and I'm holding onto the edge and looking where we're going.
You run to the front, King of the World style, and grab on. You see this huge gaping maw in the ocean appear. The ship crests, and then tips down, and suddenly, all at once, slips forward. There's a moment of total blackness, a rushing sensation, and then you burst up out of a portal, and suddenly, instead of night sky, you are in broad daylight. Before you see the greatest city of this world or any other world, Sigil, the city of doors. A huge ring floating in the sky around a mountain peak. Looking down, there is nothing but clouds. You are so high up you cannot see past. Just a spire of rock in the middle of a huge orbiting. It's like, imagine a donut or a bagel that someone has hollowed out. So it's like a ring like this all the way around. So you can walk. Wow. It's like a big like half pipe in a circle. You can walk up and down, and all the buildings are it's like an Inception style gravity where you can just walk up and down and around, and it all connects in a big loop. You guys make your way to a port. You have arrived in your normal position, your normal place, which is the market ward of the city. And this is like a huge trade hub. The Sigil is the biggest place for trade in all of existence because it is the city of doors. It's the place to get to. It is at the center, ruled over by true neutrality. Wow. Gods and other greater deities may not enter here. Their servants can, but it is frowned upon to do their bidding. So no blood war, no dawn war, no celestials against demons or mechanites versus Slotty. There is no open war here. which is not to say it is a peaceful city, but if you want to do business, it is definitely the place to be. The ship flying pulls in to an extended dock, sort of a Treasure Planet style with the space station that's like that half moon, like ships are flying in and out.
Yep.
You see, I mean, ships in the loosest sense. There are ships like yours. Yours is sort of like a little sailor. There are smaller ones, skiffs. There are galleons, but there are also you see, there's like a galleon with like huge like angel wings flying past. Especially Kyana, who's new to all this, you see what you think is like a giant butterfly, but as it flies past, it's mechanical and the back is open like a deck, and you see
That's sick.
You see elves walking around on it. There are ones like dragonflies. There's one that looks like a massive hammerhead shark that swims through the air and docks. There's one that's like a cube, like Rubik's Cube style, that's like as it pulls into port, it like shifts and Tetrak style like moves around and Borg style. There's no resistance in space. Why would you need to fly an aeronautic ship?
Just
you guys
eyes.
make port. The sounds are immense. You guys, and feel free to interrupt me if anyone wants to do anything, but following typical, for three of you, you've been sailing for a year. This is not old hat. You guys are still, I think there's probably still wonder every time you pull in, but you're not new. You know the procedure. You pull into dock, magical ropes automatically tether and pull you in. A gangplank extends for you to walk down. Dani, the crate has like a minor like levitate spell on it, so you can like push it around. So you bring that up.
I got the box.
And down the gangplank. You see there are walking up in perfect synchronization. There are what look like Mike Wazowski. They're mechanical. They're perfectly spherical, and they have one big eye, and they have little wings. They march up, all turn 90 degrees to look at the ship, and some of them flutter up to like go inspect. One of them approaches whoever's the first to get off the ship and extends hands. They're waiting for payment for your docking.
Yeah. And I'll like fumble around in my pockets a bit and try and bring out the payment.
Dani supplies. Yeah. It's fairly, you have like money set aside for this thing on the ship. Part of your payment is always like, okay, we're going to need to like pay to be in port. So it doesn't come directly out of your pocket, more like the ship's pocket. The Modron accepts it, open its mouth, and just spews like a bunch of like whirls and clicking noises. It doesn't matter. They speak the language of Mechanus.
Clearly!
It's just modem sounds.
Yeah, it's mostly modem sounds again, yeah. Yeah, and then you guys all get off. You see a group of gnomes walk past, dark-skinned, all carrying like tools and stuff. One of them the Modron approaches. They just got off one of these mechanical ships, and the Modron approaches one, and he like puts his hands like this and then conjures a ruby from his hands and hands it over. Kyana, you know these to be the Snurfnibblin, which are the
I do. Hey.
Yeah, they are an Underdark
faces.
race. They are an Underdark race.
Woo!
You see what looks to be, you kind of like make your way across the dock. The sounds just assaulting you. There are 1,000 languages here being spoken at all times, just shouted across huge gulfs of space, across from ships to dock. You see a group of what looked like big, like humanoid-looking frogs, like talking like 7 feet tall in like all these various colors, like reds and greens and blues. There's like a gray one at the front. Walk by and they're all like squabbling with each other and pushing. There's what looks like a mastodon, which, if none of you are familiar, looks like a monster, but to us, imagine a golden mastodon with angel wings. That is being led by a equally huge dude, like a dude's like 15 feet tall, who looks like he was, I say, sculpted from marble, both in the colloquial sense of he's ripped, and in the literal sense of it looks like he might be literal stone come to life.
This place is incredible. Do you think they sell some kind of shirt I could wear to talk about how much I love it here?
Don't do that.
Actually, yes. There's been quite a
You
boom
You guys-
in that kind of sale.
You should try this up, O'Day.
You guys enter the crowd, and you're in the market ward. There are people. You say that, and immediately there are people shouting and assaulting you. It is like an open air market with every kind of think of the regular player handbook race. They're here, and everything else. There are people like cooking things. People like hawking things across. You see, there looks like a person, but they have like very almost elven features. Pale red skin and horns that spiral up like a gazelle, and there's they're talking to what looks like a humanoid beetle, like blue with like a big spear. One is speaking Infernal. I don't know if anyone speaks Infernal. The other is chattering in some other language, but they can clearly understand each other, Star Wars Cantina style. And they pass back. There is a sign plastered over that reads in like 15 different languages over that cart in the back that reads grilled werebore.
It's not
There's
that bad. It's really good. I highly recommend it, actually.
It smells good.
There's what looks like a skeletal, it's actually pretty close to the Aleph, like a skeleton with like swirling black is like stirring like a cauldron and like pointing and beckoning at people. And as it lifts the ladle out, you see there's it's like black tar that pulls out and like a little face pops out and goes, "Ah!" and then pops like a bubble. There is motion, noise. People are selling trinkets, weapons, clothing, tapestries everywhere. This is the nexus of all worlds. Is there anything anyone wants to do? Or if not, you guys have a vague heading of where you're supposed to go.
I'm gonna go get some salt.
Okay. First thing on Finbar's mind is he peels off to go get a salt.
No, where are you going? We gotta go
who
get
would sell salt? You see
the box. The longer we take, the sooner longer it's gonna be before we get the box.
It'll take 2 seconds. I used to work here. I know all the guys. You see him.
You see a guy. There's a guy you used to know. He's an Earth Genasi who sells. He's got salt, but he's got all kinds of things direct from the elemental plane of Earth.
So I walk up to him.
Actually, I think the plane of salt is a thing. I think it's the place where the plane of Earth and the plane of water meet. So he's like
so
direct
funny.
from the quasi plane of salt.
Where all gamers
he's got
hail from.
like the purest cut. Yeah. He's got like the purest cut of salt. You know this guy. He's gonna give you like a good deal.
Yeah. I walk up to him and I said, "Yeah, no, get the little guys to just load it up on the ship. His usual price, right?" And I flip him a quick coin. Be like, "Okay,
yeah,
you want to go you want to get that box taken care of? Let's go get it."
More than anything else right now. I feel like I have made that very clear.
Look,
now
all
I
I'm
want to see
saying
what's in
is
the box too.
I didn't want to leave back in the realm space without getting that salt, because
I actually have an itemized list of 46 things I need to achieve before we deliver. I'm just kidding. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, the robots got jokes. Okay.
I don't remember programming humor into you.
You guys make your way. The place you're going to, I should actually share a map with you guys.
Oh yes.
I'll do that after this time. It's not my map.
Of Sigil?
Map.
Bruh.
Map.
It's not mine.
Map.
It's someone else made this. It is. I don't want to get too distracted right now, but we can talk about it afterwards. It is
if you will, a
insane.
donut.
It's, first of all, it's like a beautiful drawing. How do I describe the city architecture? It's like it's a hodgepodge of a lot of things, but it's if Blue were here, he could help me out. I want to say it's like beautiful, like Italian, like there's a lot of like clay roofs, there's a lot of like domed ceilings, there's a lot of like long buildings with columns and stuff like that. There are also like all kinds of like ramshackle towers. Some of it is like straight medieval, like straight out of like Disneyland, Fantasyland.
Oh, gorgeous.
With those like banners and things like that. You've got everything here from wizards' towers that go off in like weird spiral, like a hand reaching up, to clock towers with like atomic clock precision because they are imported directly from Mechanus, the plane of utmost law, of axiomatic law, the clockwork nirvana. It's known as beautiful like parks and stuff that have all kinds of weird trees from different planes of existence. Some that are phosphorescent and growing, others that are like have no leaves at all, just like a park of it's growing, it's alive, but all the grass is black and it's just like gnarled horrible trees.
Whoa. I am making a mental note of every building that looks like it would have a really great view from the highest point of the outside of it. I know we want to do the box thing first. I'm just mentally like, all right, that would be so, oh man, and that one's got the park. Oh, that one's above the clouds. It's just like, come on, what else am I supposed to do? I can walk up walls. How am I supposed to not abuse that?
You guys make your way out of the market district, which is by far the most bustling and the most multicultural. You make your way through the next place, you know it to be the clerk's ward, which there is governing body is weird here. There's essentially the queen, the ruler of the city is the Lady of Pain, who is enigmatic and hardly ever seen. Yep. We'll talk about the Lady of Pain at some point. She's awesome. Maybe when you guys are 20th level, you might stand a chance of meeting her.
Yeah. Sure. You don't want to meet the Dobbies are fantastic, love them to death, but
which you say that in this is like the government district. There's like records halls here and things like that. Like this is where like most of the parks get to. Like the market ward is not so much the parks. The parks are more here. The buildings get a little bit more conformed and upscale. This is also like you pass through Little Arcadia, which is like there's all sorts of elves and like woodland little places here. This is political, so this is where the Dabus reside, which are the exactors of the Lady of Pain's will. They keep the peace. They look like the Who's from The Grinch, but they have big white like afros, like big cotton candy white hair. They float. They have like these long robes that trail on the ground, and their arms are always crossed, and they float everywhere.
Just like
and
home.
As you pass by, you see they never speak to each other. They just they look at each other, and symbols flash on their head, emoji style, like rapid succession to communicate what they're thinking.
Eggplant.
Wow.
Eggplant.
Wow.
You pass through the Scholar District, which is where there's like all kinds of wizarding shops.
D.
Peach, eggplant,
Yes.
peach.
But you make your way to, to be one of the least friendly places. You are on your way to the district known as the Hive Ward, which is all sorts of denizens here who don't fit in anywhere else. It was nice, and then what happened was the Blood War, which is the never-ending war between the devils and the demons, lawful and chaotic evil, spilled over here and just obliterated a part of the city. And it was supposed to be fixed up, but it hasn't. It's just like there's this part. I should say, not all of the Hive Ward is like that, but the place you're going to is called the Slags. And literally everything down here was like melted away. They've rebuilt some stuff, and there's like some nice buildings and stuff like that. But you walk through as you pass through the Sandstone District, which is Fire Genasi and other fire people from the plane of fire. The Jinni are the Afridi are the fire genies. So there's Afridi here. You pass through and make it to the Slags. You see there are huge portions of building that are just melted away from the fight between two beings that use fire as a weapon, but are basically not hurt by fire.
Wow.
Does someone give me a survival check to navigate through the winding streets?
Guys, I'm so focused on this box. I got this. You survival, that's it. Oh man, baby. How are we gonna get there?
With
I got it.
improbably, I have a 21.
I was gonna say actually not Kyana, because you've never been here.
Dang it! I was gonna say.
Sorry.
I was like, why not Finbar, the person who's actually like worked here?
I worked here for a little bit. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20,
Man.
yeah. Finbar, you know more or less where you're going.
There's also a really
through
cool spot, a couple blocks, a little bit out of the way, but it has the best smoked hellboar
Ooh.
anywhere you can find. Just saying.
Maybe after the job. The place you're looking for is on the edge of a place called New Tier, which is like a gladiatorial district.
Oh.
has been built here. It's a lot of people who are exiles from Acheron, which is the plane of endless war.
Oh, huh. Fun.
Yeah. So you're making your way there. You make your way past the like milted buildings and stuff like that. It takes a while. Like this city is huge. You're walking miles, so it takes you a while. But the box is magically enchanted to not slow you down.
Yeah, Danny's like leaning on the back of the box and just sort of pushing it forward while still being like slumped over the top of it.
Oh, that's genius.
You make your way. And you arrive at the place that you know you're supposed to be, which let me go ahead and move you over to that map.
Yes.
Map.
I don't know. DM's pulling up a map. It makes me.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Champion of.
Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna see them. I just don't want you to be distracted by reading the names right now. So you make your way. You come to a big, like, sandstone looking, I guess building is still the best word for it, but it's mostly just a wall. Like, you don't know what's on the inside. It doesn't really have a roof from what you can tell. But there is fully lava that kind of pours down a few places and is like pooling and collecting. From your description, this is the place you're supposed to arrive at. No one's outside or anything. What would you like to do?
Where are all the
Greeting.
fire notes at?
I am Verla.
It's not like a...
Is that like real lava? Is that like, would it be bad if I touched that? Like...
I wouldn't touch it if I were you.
Okay, alright. I'll defer to your expertise, but man, it's really shiny.
Yeah, general rule of thumb. If you're not made of lava, don't touch the lava.
Cool, I'll
you
keep that
can
in
touch
mind.
it a little bit. Just don't keep your hand there. Just like a quick touch is fine.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about lava to dispute it.
Is there like a door or something we can knock on? Sort of like start walking around the front of the building.
There is a big door there, yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up and knock on the door.
Cool. You knock. It is, the door is metal, and it has a sliding panel. Classic style, slides open. You see, a fire newt face. The fire newts are, humanoid. They walk on two legs. They're about 6 feet tall. Their bodies are red, but like semi-transparent, so you can kind of see veins underneath their skin, like
that is
the
not
like
at all
yellow
what I
veins.
imagined.
They have two big black eyes. The one that opens the door is wearing a chain shirt and has like a helmet on. And he's going to speak in. I think he knows. He'll speak in Ignan, which is the primordial the fire dialect of primordial.
I speak that.
Which you speak, yes. By the way, languages, an actual relevant thing in this campaign.
Yeah.
Okay. I also
everyone speaks
speak
different languages.
Primordial.
So.
Primordial, baby.
Sweet. So you understand. It opens, and the fire newt there hisses out, state your business.
Hi, I'm Danny. We come from Otto's with the delivery.
He turns over, says something in Draconic, which I don't think anyone speaks.
Nope.
Says something in Draconic, and then turns back and says to you, in Primordial again, says, retreat 30 feet, and we will open the door.
Alright. I'll step back.
Cool. You guys step back. About a minute passes or so, and then the door opens. And you see there are three of these guys come out. Two of them are wearing that same armor you just saw. And they are riding what look like they are riding mounts that look like these big like ostriches but reptilian. They have like these sharp beaks and these huge tails. So yeah, you can see they take defensive positions here, and here. Behind these walls, and then another fire newt emerges wearing no armor, just like vestments. If anyone wants to make a religion check, they can.
Anyone?
Yeah, anyone. Why not?
Religion.
All right, let's see.
Sure.
Oh my God, 17.
Okay. Actually,
16.
Dani would probably know best if anyone.
I rolled a 21.
What'd you roll?
Wow.
So
21. Yeah. So I'd say if you get
Intelligence.
like this is somewhat obscure. So like an 18 or higher would get you a little information on it. It is this is a worshiper of Imix, which is not a god, so to speak, but is an extremely powerful being from the elemental plane of fire. So yeah, he's like a quasi deity, which still grants you power to grant abilities to people, but it's more in the line of like warlocky than clericy, to use game terms. But yeah, he's wearing vestments of Imix, which makes sense. You've definitely met fire newts before, Dani. Like, they live in the City of Brass, and that's kind of like their patron god.
cool.
That's not uncommon. So he comes out, looks you over and says, "Many hands to deliver one package."
Well, it's a long way from the City of Brass, so, gotta go across the Astral Sea. There's all sorts of stuff out there. We got a box, for you guys.
Yes. If we may inspect it to see that you are delivering upon your promise.
Does that mean that you're gonna open the box?
She wants to know what's in the box. We made this. It's a whole thing.
Dani, make a
I'm also
charisma
curious
check.
about the box.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
I do not know what you're
God, what if I
saying,
make
but
you guys
think
play
I
this
heard
whole
a word.
campaign and you never know what's in it?
That sounded like box.
Oh.
16.
Hey.
Nice.
16. He doesn't. You're not like really. It's not. You don't offend them. It's not incredibly persuasive. But he takes it very literally. In the sense of like, yes, I must inspect to see that you are delivering as promised before payment is brought.
Yeah, man, okay. And Daniel sort of like, because the box is hovering, just sort of like whip it around and then push it like we're in air hockey or something, so it just floats on towards the champion.
He panics and catches it.
No, not
gently.
violently.
Not violent, just gentle.
Yeah, even so.
You're like whipping it at him.
He cracks one side of the bits, and then cracks it open just a little bit and peeks his eyes inside, then closes it again, latches it.
Palpable disappointment.
I have a passive.
You want to make a perception check?
Yes, yes, so badly.
I'm curious too. I'm
let me
actually.
see. I'm gonna say.
I have a
it
negative
smell
1 to
like?
perception because it is a wisdom skill.
I mean, he's not really good at sleight of hand, but also it's pretty hard. Go ahead. Anyone who wants to make a DC 20 perception check.
Ugh.
Sure.
7. I rolled
All
a
right.
3.
15. I rolled a 16.
I will do it in roll 20 so everyone can see.
Okay.
Yes, do it.
Oh
do it.
man, I'm gonna. Oh, someone succeed so I can whisper to you.
Yo!
Oh, I rolled. I can't talk.
Re-roll. New roll.
Yeah, hold
new
on,
roll.
hold on. Manage toggle. Normal. Okay, here we go.
You have a plus
let's-
7 to to perception? Good lord.
Persuasion.
You have a plus 10 to perception?
I have a plus 10 to perception.
Congratulations.
It's usually just for my nose.
Ah.
23 though.
Oh, what's in the box?
Okay, I'm sending it to Walpole.
What's in the
Okay.
box?
What's in the box?
I want to know so bad. This is our chair. This is the most important
Okay.
object in the entire campaign.
I'm gonna whisper to you that my money is on dragon egg because I don't know much, but I know that dragon eggs are cool,
See,
and it would be cool if one of those was in the
I was
box.
also thinking eggs, but I was just thinking like fire newt eggs. You know, kind of like in The Mandalorian when they gotta deliver the eggs to those like frog guys. That's what I just assumed we were doing.
I don't think I know that story. Is it like a play?
Finbar,
I didn't get to see many plays.
Finbar kind of apologizes. Says sorry, she's handling that box a little rough. I understand what the stake in.
I don't.
It nods. Latches, says, "Satisfactory. Please fetch payment." And it turns back to one of the fire newts. As it says that, you hear a call from behind you.
No.
About actually. Let me see. Let me do a quick double check on the stealth of this guy because I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Walpole, Wally, your passive is 20.
Yes,
Wally, is your passive is 20, right?
correct.
15 plus. Nope. Okay. Stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys caught off guard. You're too busy looking in to see to notice that someone has walked out from some recently constructed buildings behind you.
Oh, no.
You hear a firm but questioning call come out. Kyana?
Oh God. Do I recognize the voice?
You turn around and you recognize the voice and the person. You see a fellow monk from the monastery, not one of the priors. What was the name? The cenobium. Not the monastery, the cenobium.
Right.
Technical term for it.
Yeah.
You see Ione, who you know as you just know in passing, but her name is Ione. She's a fellow monk. You see she's wearing similar vestments to what Kyana was wearing, but she calls out to you. The fire newt is immediately going to move the box behind him, and he says, "What is this other person?"
She's a friend from my house. It's totally cool. I'm gonna scooch towards Ione.
Cool.
I'm not even gonna question
you don't speak the language, so you don't understand that, and he doesn't understand what you say.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
In that case, I'm going
languages
to...
in this game, like I said, are not like typical D&D where it's kind of everyone speaks common. Occasionally, people are going to be speaking totally different things.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you see here, Kyana. I'll give you an action if you want to take. Like, what would you like to respond? How would you like to respond?
Oh wow. I think I'm just gonna fully ignore all the fire guys and basically just be like, "Oh my gosh, hi! I didn't know we could go here. How are you?" And take a few steps towards her if I can.
Yeah, go ahead, move however close you want to be. She says, I don't. And then she clocks your understand. She's like, "I'm not here for fun. They sent me here to find you."
Oh, that's not as fun.
You see as she says that, what you thought was a pool of water, which it was it's weird, it's a puddle of water next to her, begins to rise up and take shape, and you see a tentacle with kind of a rudimentary face sort of rises up and turns and locks direction on Kyana.
Oh no.
She says, "They said you fled. You're a defector."
Defector? That's a... Huh. I mean, I wouldn't think about it that way. Actually, all that phrasing is kind of weirdly hostile. Oh, that's... Oh, this is really awkward. I super do not want to do that. I'm really sorry. I know I'm disappointing everyone. It's just I couldn't stay there, Not forever.
The fire newt priest of Imex is going to repeat his question before, this time to the people who seem to understand, and say, who is this other person you have brought? The two other fire newts extend glaives. They have no idea who. Their gate is open. They've got sensitive material here, and they have no idea what's going on. 3 people was 4, and now it's 5, and they were supposed to receive, and now they're anxious.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
I look at Dani and I say, I don't know who that is. I say it in I guess primordial, and I say, I don't know who that is. And I
make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Not
a very convincing argument. Who is that?
It's true.
I don't know.
Seems to be some
It's
sort
a
of
big city.
True.
I don't know.
But you're not trying to
Family
convince them.
drama?
You're trying to
No.
calm them down.
Okay, well,
Hey, it's possible.
let's do the persuasion. It's an 18. Oh no, disadvantage. Sorry, that's an 8.
disadvantage.
Oh no.
8, yeah. I was gonna say 18 might do it. It's not gonna do it. Yeah. We switch back over to Kyana. She says, I can't go back there without you.
What?
I'm sorry.
Says who?
Says you don't. She looks over at the slithering tracker. That's what the monster next to her is called, the slithering tracker. She looks over at that animated oozy puddle that is rising up. You don't understand. I know you left for a reason, but you need to come back with me now, okay?
I'm really sorry. I can't go back to that.
You think you can run away?
Yes.
How long have you been gone? We found you right now. Where are you gonna go?
Anywhere. Everywhere. The world is huge. Did you know?
No, I've never left like you. But when you left, things got worse.
What?
As she says worse, the giants, the two guys on mounts are gonna move in to protect the crate. You need to come back. We need to just go back to how it was. You need to come back.
I cannot do that. I can't go back to how it was. How could I make things worse? It's just one of me. There's so many of everybody else. I didn't even think they'd notice I was gone.
That's not how they see it. And you see her arms aren't like yours. They don't extend out so far, but you see the like rippling gold as she summons over her arms to protect herself.
No.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do? If not, we're going into initiative.
Will someone please just tell me what's in the fucking box?
All right, Dani shouts that, and we're going into initiative. Can I please get your roles in the Discord and grant me some patience because oh boy, are there a lot of monsters in this one.
Okay.
Oh, thank Christ.
Out of curiosity, how does non-lethal damage work in this game?
Excellent question. Non-lethal damage means you attack and you just say, I'm attacking non-lethally. So when you reduce them to 0, you don't kill them. I reserve the right to decide that you do something so outlandish that you kill them. So for example, I don't know how you would non-lethally cast a fireball.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That one would interest me, but definitely weapon stuff, you can non-lethally punch or hit with the flat side of your sword, things like that. Okay, so Dani is sitting at a 17.
Hey.
Finbar's sitting at 14. Kyana's sitting at 12. And our wizard is early in the initiative. And now let's go ahead to my counter tracker and roll some initiative.
Come on, robot.
Virla doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, right.
He's just been hearing a conversation in Primordial and then this weird soap opera nonsense.
Hey.
He doesn't know if there's anyone. He doesn't know if there's anyone that even needs attacking.
Virla, you are up. I wrote it Virla, but it should be Virla, I believe. You are up first. This, you see two parties on either side of you squaring up. You don't know, you've never met any of these people. You don't understand what they're saying. You don't know what half these monsters are, but things look bad. What would you like to do?
You take 5, 10, 15, 20, just to kind of get away. I'll move 20 feet away from sort of the kind of where everyone else is congregating, just to get a little distance. Virla will reach into I'll say that he has a satchel. He'll reach into his satchel and he'll take out initially what kind of looks like this brass mechanical, kind of looks like a telescope. There's like telescoping parts to it. He clicks a button on it and it does indeed telescope out, but much longer than a telescope, and out extends the newly flavored Staff of the Clockwork Swarm. And what he's going to do is he will ask Kyana, in which he could only understand the interaction between Kyana and Ione.
Oh, yes.
He will pose in a way to indicate that he is ready to attack if necessary, but he will ask Kyana, do you wish me to attack them?
I mean, oh no, I don't like any of this.
What is essentially happening is he's holding his action to, I'll say if Ione strikes, if Ione sort of attacks Kyana or the rest of the party, he doesn't really care much about the fire newts, so he doesn't really care if she attacks them. But he's holding his action. If Ione attacks someone from the party, he will cast at 5th level. What was the spell? Insect Plague
Oh god.
I forgot you have an item that gives you a 5th level spell.
It's like 5th.
My combats are
Yeah.
not nearly hard enough. We gotta crank these things up. All right, you're holding your action. You see the staff teleports and seems to thrum with anticipatory energy. That's a word, right?
Yes.
Danny,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay. Look to one side, fire newt's box. Oh, I want to know what's in that box so bad. Look to the other side, some sort of soap opera going down.
This is just my life, guys.
Is that still from the soap opera?
No.
Danny will just be like, I don't really know what to do, but it seems like no one seems to like the people farthest away from us, so she'll reach out, and I'm gonna cast Grease, on the, which is a 10-foot square.
Grease is so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna center it on the, enemy monk, the other monk that's not Kyana. So that would be
Okay, Ione.
Yeah.
It's a 10-foot square?
10-foot square.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she and the ooze have to make dexterity saves or
Yep.
fall prone. It's a
Cool.
DC 15.
Do they do that now or at the start?
They do it now.
Do they do that now or at the start of their turn?
They do it now, and then if they end their turn there or enter the area on their turn, they have to make the save again.
So, the ooze cannot be prone because it's slime.
Yes, that makes sense.
So,
It'd be really
Ione
funny
is
if it
going
just-
to roll her dexterity saving throw. That's a natural 20.
Yep. I
Oh,
kind of
God.
figured it wouldn't do anything to the monk, but I don't have a lot of non-damage spells, so I felt like the way to
Cool.
go.
What does your grease look like? Does it just appear from nowhere? Do you, like, shoot it at them? How does it go?
Dani just sort of like flicks her multi-tool around to a different top than I used for the scorching ray, and like reaches it out, and sort of like seeping out from the ground beneath them, the grease like pools like a puddle.
Yeah, like tar rising from the between the flagstones. Grease. The slithering ooze floats on the grease. You see Ione though, like what should have slipped her. You see her skid and then catch herself with like 1 foot and lower her center of gravity,
Friggin'
so that she doesn't go down. Do you have any bonus actions?
I'll pop the treat from earlier. Like, this doesn't seem like it's going well for us, so I'll pop the food for some
Brilliant.
hit points.
You're a fire genasi, so this is just a sweet treat for you.
Yeah. It's like
Oh.
candy.
Go ahead, take those 3. Yeah, it's like candy. Go ahead, take those 3 temporary hit points.
Nice. Will do.
Cool. Finbar.
I'm going to turn to the fire newts and be like, let us finish the job. Sort of hold my hand out, and then lean over to Dani and whisper, it's eggs.
Oh! Duh!
And then
Do you want to
use
make
my-
are you trying to make a persuasion check as an action, or are you just like saying that?
I'm just saying that. I don't care how they
Okay, cool.
react. Particularly, I'm just gonna interpose myself between Dani, Kyana, and
Oh, buddy.
sort of slide my hand into the glove, say she ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
As I
Aw.
ready my action, I'll make a I'll just make a melee strike with the fist, if
Okay.
any creatures get in range.
Cool. It is the warrior's turn. They're going to move their mounts into position.
Oh no. Danny.
First up, we're going
Why
to
are they-
do.
Why are they attacking us? We didn't do nothing.
Finbar turns around
Actually,
and says,
yeah, this is.
"Merde."
Oh man. Yeah, this is
You guys
so.
are
Before
just-
they move, they're going to use their the newts are going to command their striders to use their fire burst ability.
Good lord.
So can I have Dani and Virla please make dexterity saving throws?
Okay.
I'm not actually terrible at this.
Yeah.
Well,
This
I've
day
been
has
better.
gone downhill so fast.
Uh oh.
12.
7.
12 just saves.
7 does not then.
No. You take 15 on a failed save or half as much on a success. Dani, you resist fire, so 15 is halved to 7 is halved to 3 for you.
Shout out to that fire treat.
So you see these two things open their beaks, and just a huge thing of flame goes out and splashes. Dani, you are pretty quick on your feet and also made of fire. Virla, you see this fire like clings to you and like starts eating away a little bit. It's hot on your metal skin. And then so that's their special move. The warriors are gonna move up.
Can I cast absorb elements and
yes, you can use your reaction to absorb elements and have 15 to 7.
Woo! Nice.
Fantastic idea. Yeah, these guys are gonna go up and they're each gonna try to knock you prone. They're not trying to kill you yet, but they definitely don't want you to be a problem. So, can I get Dani, please make both of you please make athletics checks as they're gonna try to push you down. Again, they're not great at this either.
Okay.
Who? Dani and who?
Dani and Virla.
Okay.
Both of you make athletics checks.
14.
Oh dear.
You beat it.
What are you doing?
9.
Judo flip this giant bird thingy.
9. You also beat the fire newt. They have plus nothing, and I rolled terrible.
Great.
So that's their first attack. They both try to like shove you down with their feet, and when they see that doesn't work, they're each going to attack you with the scimitar once.
No.
Virla, that's a natural 19. Dani, that is a total of 14.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hits me.
So Virla, you're gonna take just 1d6. You take 5 slashing damage from the scimitar.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
That is their turn.
Why
Yeah,
did you
that's
guys
everything
take a
they can
job
do.
from these guys? They are so quick to try murder.
didn't
They're
technically
on
take
delivery
this
from
job.
Otto. Otto made them
Yeah.
deliver it.
Otto. Okay.
This
I
might
don't-
be why
I don't know who
Otto
that
did
is
not-
yet. All right. I have a question.
Kyana,
Do
you're
I
up.
know what that slime thingy is?
No, you've never seen anything like that before.
Ugh. I am going to focus on whatever that thing is. I do not want to fight Ione. I don't want her to be
Okay.
here at all, but like, I have no qualms about fighting a creepy faceless slime thingy. Oh,
right.
let's see.
Move
I am
where
going
you'd
to
like to
get
move.
close. Yeah.
Keep in mind
okay.
there's grease on the ground there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting too close, but fortunately I have some reach. So I'm gonna... I think I'm assuming that slime thingy is how she found me. And I'm gonna solve the most efficient
I
problem.
did name it the slithering tracker.
Yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway. So I am going to focus on trying to hit that as much as possible.
Okay.
So first off, bonus action, arms.
Cool. Do they need to do a save?
Yes, actually. Let me check what it is. This didn't apply last time because I was too far away. But, where are they? Okay, yeah. When I summon them, both of them need to succeed a DC 15 Dex saving throw or take 2d6 force damage.
Slime succeeds with a natural 15.
Beans.
Natural 19. Sorry.
Ooh.
And I think the monk has a good bonus, but is still gonna lose. Dex, yeah, it's an 8.
Okay. 2d6. 6. 6 force
Okay.
damage. Yep.
So she takes 6. You see, yeah, the spectral arms manifest once more, and she's as they burst out, she's bludgeoned a little bit, but yeah, is not that hurt.
Good.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna punch the slime twice. Because I already used my bonus action to do that, so I can't do the 4 times.
Yep, correct.
Okay. First punch. And there's no advantage here. There's no flanking.
Nope, no reason to have advantage.
Alright, regular roll then.
Regular roll.
Oh
regular
god,
roll.
sorry, it cocked, fortunately. Because that looked like it was gonna be bad. Oh, that's much better. 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright, that's 1d6 plus 4 force damage, so... 10 force damage.
10's not bad.
Yep. I mean, it's the best I can roll. And second attack... 17 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, good. 7 damage. Still force.
Okay. Yeah, you just punch down on this big pile of goop. It's pretty gross. It didn't like it though. You see it recoil and ripple back.
I'm glad
Is
I
there
don't have
anything
to
else you'd
touch
like
this
to
with
do?
my real hands. No, I just don't like anything about this situation. So,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna focus on fighting the slime.
Cool. Move on to Ione. She's gonna move up 5 feet.
Don't. Come on, man.
Actually, a little close. She wants to get out of that grease.
Oh Oh no.
She jumps over gracefully next to you. She says, I know you don't want to come. Believe me, it's just going to be easier for everyone. Then she's going to punch you twice.
Oh, great. Fantastico.
Excelente.
Monk fights.
All right. A 9 will not hit, but a 24 will.
24 is gonna hit, yeah.
5 points of force damage.
Okay.
Please make a DC... actually, I won't tell you the DC. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, alright, sure, let me just, alright. 15.
Damn, that succeeds, yeah. Okay, and then make a Dexterity saving throw as well, please.
Dexterity, alright. Ha! Natural 1. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, so you are not stunned, but you do go prone on the ground as she strikes once with the fist, and it not fully rocks you. You resist. You can feel she's trying to stun you. You've stunned things before. You can feel she's trying to lock up your muscles. You resist it, but focusing on that means you don't notice the leg, which comes out and just kicks you down.
Fantastic. Okay, cool.
Make sure she doesn't have any bonus actions.
Oh, hey.
You know. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the ooze.
I should say my held action.
Okay, here we go.
Triggers.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead and tell me what the hell that's gonna do.
Yeah. So swarming, biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point that I choose within range.
Okay.
So I wanna.
Can you draw? You know how to draw a circle,
yeah.
right?
Basically, I'll draw it in such a way
down
that'll have Ione, but it'll miss. It'll miss Kyana and Finbar. It'll also miss the ooze, but that's okay. So this is 10-foot radius, which means that 20
so
foot
20
radius.
feet across. 20 foot diameter, yeah.
That's gonna be massive.
Yeah. It'll go.
This
off
is a big
but
spell.
But you get my point. When the area appears, this sphere remains for the duration, so up to 10 minutes. But I do have concentration.
Okay. It's a 20-foot radius?
20-foot radius sphere.
Fifth
yeah.
level
Jesus
spell.
Christ. Who gave this item to you?
Sphere.
Actually, if memory
corners.
serves, I'd let you roll for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Area is lightly obscured, and the area is considered difficult terrain.
Cool. Is she gonna... What's gonna happen with her?
Yeah, each creature... When the area appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save.
Oh
and
my
half as much
God.
on a successful one.
Well, she rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay. So
go
half
ahead and
of
roll
4d10.
Yeah, roll and then half the damage.
Fair enough. Ugh. Not great. 7, 17, 20. No, I
So
guess
half to
exactly
10.
half. Yeah, half to 10. A creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time or it ends its turn there.
So she's gonna want to get out of that. All right. That ends. You see these swarm of mechanical beetles and other things fly out and swarm this area, multiplying themselves like they're nanoparticles. Like it's just a handful that fly out, but they just spread and spread. It is the ooze's turn. This is the big one. It'll attempt to use leech life.
What?
I plead leech life? Life leech. Kyana, will you please make a
Much
dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw?
Hey, no.
You're good
Oh,
at these.
sure.
but
I love
fingers
making
crossed.
dexterity saving throws. Yeah, hey, don't jinx it. Oh, come on.
That'll
Okay,
succeed.
15. Also, if it's Arms of the Astral Self, I think I could wait, I can only sub Wisdom for Strength,
correct.
right? Not Dex? Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
so
15.
you succeed. You see this thing reaches out and tries to grab you, but you manage to fully matrix back as it attempts to it goes right for your face with its drippy face. Mouth thing
Yeah.
opens up wide
No.
and tries to get you, and then you move backwards and avoid it. That is its whole action. That is
Oh, I don't feel
It's
bad
just a
at all.
tracker.
about
What's
bringing
it
this thing
doing?
up.
What are you doing?
cool. Okay, that
Yeah.
ends its turn. It is now the champion of Imix's turn. Ooh, good, a spellcaster. This won't be hard to do.
No.
Um,
Oh no.
Fortunately, he's a warlock. He's only got the 2 spells.
Ah,
left.
no.
Okay.
Speak
Danny,
spheres.
this guy cast a flaming sphere, which he's gonna ram at you. He's dumb, so
good.
he's not gonna avoid the fire person with the fire damage. He's just gonna hit whoever's close to him. Go ahead and please make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex. Come on, Dex. 16.
Gotcha.
16. I'm pretty sure he's gonna save against this dude. Yeah, big save. So you're gonna take half damage, which is then quartered.
Because fire resistance. Too hot. Hot damn. Can't hit me with anything.
Heat down to 4, down to 2. You take 2 fire damage.
Oh, that's okay. Hey!
Cool. That was his action. His bonus action. He's gonna use. Oh man, is it an action to push it? No, I'm gonna say it's like grappling. He's just gonna use half his movement to move. Whoops, to move the cart back. That ends his turn. Thirla, you have concentration up. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I have this. I have this. What is it? The absorbed elements damage, which I'd have to get off within this turn. Can
Yes,
I
correct.
use my staff as a quarterstaff? I do have a quarterstaff, so I suppose I could. Just
Yes.
Like, okay. Then I'm gonna.
You use a staff as a
gonna,
quarterstaff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack the
staff
giant
power.
strider with the quarterstaff.
All right, roll the hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Self-defense.
Yeah,
Self-defense
exactly.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're allowed to hit
Yeah.
the giant lizard.
Okay.
Okay, so you're hitting. You're
It's
hitting
like a
the
flow chart. Has
mount
the
or
giant
the
lizard
warrior?
already hit you?
I'll hit the mount. I said mount already.
Cool. Okay.
It's
yeah.
like chess. no
It's a
boxes.
21 to hit.
That's gonna hit big time. Go ahead and roll.
Awesome. Okay. So, I'll say for the sake of things, since I guess when I was casting it, I was just holding it with one hand. So I'll say that I'm not being versatile and doing double-handed. But, okay. So that's 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and then additionally, because of the absorbed elements. Apparently, with absorbed elements, you just have resistance to the triggering damage. So the 15,
Yes.
I believe it was 15 that I took, so it was halved to 7.
To 7. Yep.
And then I get an extra 1d6 damage of the triggering type. Here's my thing. These guys are made of fire. I don't think fire is going to work well on them. I have a similar... I have another first level spell, Earth Tremor, which deals bludgeoning damage if they fail a dexterity saving throw. I don't know if the Order of Scribe stuff is just purely like... if it's an attack spell that deals damage, or if it's like...
Good question.
No, I think you can technically be
yeah.
able to do
Hold us
this.
off.
Hold on.
Switching out a damage type.
I'm gonna
I think
double
just
check
very-
just to make
yeah,
sure.
I
there's
think just very
nothing
broadly it
crazy in the
says that-
wording.
Yeah. Very broadly, it just says...
It says damage type.
You can when you cast a spell with a spell slot, you can temporarily replace its damage type with a type that appears in another spell in your spell book.
Yeah. And
The
it just has
latter
to
must be the same level.
Yeah. So I think everything's
Yeah,
kosher.
I would say so. Yeah, going forward, Van. When you do this, I want you to announce what kind of damage type you're making it when you cast the spell. It doesn't say
Okay.
one action, right? It just says when you cast a spell. When you cast a wizard spell, yeah, with a spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
So-
you can absolutely do it.
So I guess,
dude, so
I guess
smart.
retroactively, I would say that
I love
the
the
absorbed
Scribe Wizard
elements
so
would
much.
be converted
Yes.
into bludgeoning. So that would be an additional 1d6 bludgeoning.
Yeah, go for it. Roll 1d6.
So 3
So cool.
plus 4, so 7 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh wow.
to the mount,
Bludgeoning damage.
to the giant strider.
Boom! You see the staff come up, and the fire that was on the end of it turns instead to thrumming energy, and you crack against this thing's head, and it like spins back a little bit. Not bad for a wizard.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I hurt.
Anything? Anything else you'd like to do?
Man, there's so much that I'd like to do with the staff, but I think that's all that I'll do. I don't want to risk a
Attack opportunity.
attack of opportunity. So
Just so you know,
that'll be
these
it.
the fire newts who are on the back are adjacent to the. I forgot I did a rainbow thing on that.
Oh,
Are like adjacent to the characters. So
I see.
I know it kind of seems like they might be far away, but they're close enough to smack you, and they just kind of turn
Right.
on the giant strider to however they have to be to
Okay.
be close enough to smack you.
Makes
All
sense.
right, Dani, you're up. There's a flaming sphere next to you. That's bad. There's some other dudes next to you. Kiana's got her whole own thing going on.
There's so much happening. Okay, well, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm a fire genasi. They do fire damage. I don't care enough about that, so I'm gonna run and try and there's this like center platform. Can I like get up on there? That like circular John?
Yeah, it's a broken fountain, but you can get in there.
Yeah, I'll get up in there. Just kind of get in that business. Take the opportunity attacks that they're gonna get on me.
Yeah, you're gonna take 2. Cool. We're gonna get 1 from the giant strider. It's gonna make a bite attack on you. 2. All right, that dice is going away. And then 1 from the fire new warrior. Natural 19 will hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shield as a reaction. Bring my AC. Can I use that on my turn, or does that only work when or can you not use reactions in your turn?
No, you can use So you get your reaction at the start of your turn, which means you use it here. You don't have it for the round, but you can absolutely use it. The total to hit is a 22. Will shield bring you to 23?
No, shield would bring me to 20.
Okay, yeah, it was a natural 19.
Yeah, I'll take the L on that one. That's fine.
Okay, you're gonna take 4 points of slashing damage.
No problem. Sweet.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Well, now that I'm up here,
Good call getting away from that ball of fire, too.
surveying the battlefield, very much out of my element. Looking behind me, the box is out of play. All right, there's no stakes there. Dani's gonna switch her multi-tool around to a different top. This one looks like tweezers almost, but when she claps them together, a very small sound echoes until it finally reverbs a little bit farther away, and I'm gonna cast Shatter, and when the sound reverbs, that's gonna just go crazy. I want to center it, trying to hit Bad Bunk and the Ooze, so I think it's got a 10-foot radius sphere. I might hit Kyana too.
You're gonna either hit one of them or Kyana. So
Dani's not very careful.
Or like you're gonna hit all 3, or you're only gonna hit 1.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kyana. I'm gonna hit all 3 of you.
Hey, no
A
complaints.
punch, a crossbow bolt.
This is what I deal with from the
and
people I
a
grew up
thunder
with.
wave.
So.
Okay.
I'm not
Danny's
careful.
done more damage to Kyana than anyone else.
Do I look okay?
Yeah. So what is that?
How
It's
are
a
you
con
just so,
save.
like-
Yeah, DC 15 con save.
Technically, the crossbow
Okay,
bolt didn't
we'll roll
actually
the
hit
slime
me.
first.
So, caveat, a creature made of
Yes.
inorganic
16.
material
Con save.
such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. Is the slime organic material?
He is. Yeah.
Okay, I had to check.
He's got an ability that lets him look like water, but he's not.
Oh, I didn't
water.
want to know that.
Gotcha.
I should really say it.
Oh my god, I
Oh.
failed my
And
save. I super failed my save.
It's okay.
I rolled
the,
a 2. I got
the
a
monk
3.
is also going to fail with a 11. So the ooze succeeds.
Oh, goody. So,
Yeah, I got bad news for the failures. Well, it's 3d8 plus the
What
d8
marvelous
from
thing
using
happens to me
my
now?
arcane firearm.
48 damage.
oh my god.
I rolled 2 7s.
Buddy. If this knocks me out, I'm gonna be pretty displeased.
23 points for anyone who didn't succeed of thunder damage.
23 points!
Ooh. Okay, so 23 is back to 11.
I'm gonna. I see this happens. I'm gonna be like,
Oh,
Dani!
only
Wait,
for my
what
tracker
has it?
is having it.
Who has it?
Only the ooze.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so I take the full 23.
Man,
What the?
Great!
What an
bet you can't wait
insult.
for the ability that lets you catch elemental damage.
That would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Ow. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Fantastic.
Finbar.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see Dani do this and like always cleaning up after her goddamn messes, and I'm going to pull out the sickle, and I will
Okay, go ahead.
hit
Try to
the
hit.
ooze. 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. It is made of slime.
Okay, yeah. That is 8 slashing.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Double check his resistances.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Slashing goes through.
And then I needed to make a strength save as sort of as with the swing, my pixies sort of jump along my arm, and they all put their shoulders into it and try to move him 15 feet. I need him
Whoa.
to make a DC 15 strength save.
12.
That's a fail. So he
Yeah.
goes 15 feet into the swarm of mechanical
yes.
insects.
Well,
Yeehaw.
that sucks. Cool. Is there anything that happens when it's enters there for the first time? Virla, or is it at the start of its turn?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, Virla, the spell for swarming insects, he just got pushed in there. Is anything going to happen now that he's entered
No,
it?
it's apologies. It's till the end of his turn, or the slime's turn.
Okay, so nothing's going to happen to him right now.
Okay.
Okay, I thought when they entered it, they might have taken the damage.
Dang,
but...
you might be right.
Creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell area for
you're
the first
right.
time.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
What kind of save is it?
Constitution.
12.
12 fails against my save DC.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll just say that it's the 20 points that I rolled that first time. So.
Okay. It's not doing good.
Dang.
And then as a bonus action, I will turn to Kyana. Says, "I'm so sorry about Dani." And as I say Dani, my voice reverberates, and it hits her ear, and I cast Healing Word.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank goodness.
And this is going to be 3d10.
Oh.
Nice.
No, 3d4.
Wait, D10?
D4.
3d4.
Yeah,
Okay.
3d4. As I'm casting it at the second level, and I get an extra d4.
Okay.
So that is okay. That's 2 4s and a 1, so a total of 13 hit points.
Okay. That is much better than the 3 hit points I was at.
Oh no.
Oh my god, you were at 3?
I was at 3!
Oh. Oh my god.
If it helps, that probably means
Fantastic.
Iona is also not doing so hot right now. Unless she's
Iona's got a little tankier than you.
No! Don't tell me these things.
That is my turn.
Thank you.
Okay. The Striders. These guys are going to see that they don't have much luck. First, let me see if I can get this recharge back for the fire. That is a 5. That's a recharge on the fire. Okay. Cool. This Strider is going to make a. Let me double check because it's a big area, I think. Flame burst, 10-foot radius. I think he's gonna try to hit everyone. Yeah, he's gonna hawk it here, and he's gonna try to hit Kyana, Ione, and Finbar. Can I have you guys all make dexterity saving throws?
Oh my god. I have a question that might screw me over. I was knocked prone last turn. Does that do anything bad to me in this case?
Not for dexterity saving throws. It means that to get up, you have to use half your movement.
No complaints there.
Yes.
But your dex saves are fine.
Good.
22.
Ooh.
That saves.
9.
That's gonna fail.
Uh-huh.
13 points of fire damage.
13?
Halved if you succeeded.
13 points of fire
Yep.
damage, you say? I'm back to
Yeah.
3, everybody! Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
I will
Should be.
use my reaction to absorb elements of that. Dropping it down to 3.
Brilliant. Okay, and then what is this fire nuke got? He can do it once. He's gonna do the no, he can only hit one creature. Oh, it has to be usually really close to it too. It's a little bit different, his ability. He's gonna move in, and he's going to hawk a loogie.
Bro.
Believe. At Finbar, please make a dexterity saving
Finbar.
throw.
That's no bueno. That's a 6.
Okay, you take 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Cool.
Wait, how long do I gain resistance for? Hold up. I think it's just
one
a trigger.
round. No, it's for 1 round.
Oh yeah, so I take half of that. Cool.
You still, yep. The other Strider does not get his spit back. The fire newt is gonna do the same thing at Virla. Virla, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, robot.
Okie dokie.
Only good things happening today.
5.
5.
You take 10 points of fire damage.
Okay, this is not good.
Virla's
Are you
down
gonna
to
absorb
6.
again, or are you gonna?
No, I'm alright.
The Strider is going to just make a bite against you.
Against Virla?
That is yeah.
Oh, okay.
The 6 plus 6 is 12 to hit the wizard.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, now I'm regretting not absorbing elements.
That
but
hits.
Oh, well.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Oh.
Do you have shield?
Well, wait. Do you have shield?
You
I have shield. What am I doing?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I cast. Thank you for. Yeah, I cast shield.
Cool.
So that.
Yeah, you do. You see Virla. This thing comes in to go for the head.
Oh my goodness.
And Virla raises an arm, and a little metal disc, Kratos style, unfolds. Not very big, maybe dinner plate size, and you're like, oh, how is that? Like, that's not going to help at all. But as it tries to go around the arm, you realize that this thing is extending a force field of energy, and its beak just glances off as it can't quite make it to Virla's head. Super dope. Kyana, you are up.
Oh, yeah. That's the word for what I am right now. Okay,
You are prone, but you can use half your movement to stand up from prone.
Right, I have a question. In my inventory, I have a couple healing potions. I don't know if diegetically it makes sense for me to have those yet.
Sure, why not? I gave them to you as treasure.
You stole them in the 5 hours you were on the Per Aspera.
It is a bonus action to drink the potion.
Do I want to do that, or do I want to do a bonus action to take dodge for my next turn, so that people have trouble hitting me again? The problem is I only have 3 hit points left, so like they only need to succeed once. I think I'm gonna let's see.
You could drink the potion and use your action to dodge. It means you don't punch, but it also.
Okay, what does a potion of greater healing do for me?
4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
44 plus 4? All right. I think I'm going to pop the cork off that before I do anything else.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And just mark that one off my inventory. Okay. So 15. That is a respectable
15's
number.
not bad.
15 is not bad. That is a respectable amount of hit points to have. Okay. Was that an action or a bonus action that I just did?
Bonus action.
Bonus action, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use my movement to stand up. Oh, God.
Classic monk flip, bring the legs up and...
Yeah, kip up. All right, that's half my movement. I am right now between 2 things I don't want to be between. But fortunately, the slime is farther away. Okay, if I have my action, then I'm going to look at Ione, say, I'm really sorry, and I'm going to try and hit her into the cloud of thingies. You know how it is.
Further into the cloud
All right.
thing.
Punch, punch, punch.
Sadly, there is no flanking bonus, so it's just regular punch. But I do get to do it twice, so first punch, 20, dirty.
Nice.
That'll hit.
Okay.
You guys hit a lot. I don't know if you guys have missed with an attack roll yet.
Okay, 1d6 plus 4. I don't think she's in danger of getting killed. I want to make sure this is non-lethal still. 8 points.
Cool. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you say it every time.
Thank you. Okay, 8 points of damage, force damage.
That'll, yeah.
Second punch. That's 23, so it hits.
Yeah.
That is 5 points of force damage.
Okay. 2 attacks, not bad.
Yeah.
You're rocking her. She's below half.
I don't suppose that skidded her back at all, or... Well, she is still in the cloud, so I guess I can't be that mad.
She's still in the cloud,
Okay.
but it's not going to be a problem until the end of her next turn.
Great. I love that.
Cool. Yeah, you twice, and then she's going to immediately move into counterattacks. She's flanking, so she'll take 2 attacks at advantage.
No! I should have done the dodge action.
Oh
Okay,
no.
fine. Whatever. Whatever.
Let's see, Lotus Monk. Alright. Dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh.
For the first.
Well, shit.
Cool. You take 11 points of force damage.
All right, let's do it.
I need you to make me. She's gonna start with this: a con save and then a dex
Again?
save.
Ugh, I didn't even try to stun her.
Yeah,
This is so
she can
rude.
do this once per turn. She can. Well, she does the
She's
dex
burning
every time
key
she
on
punches,
it, but
she can
yeah.
do the con once per turn.
All right. Con
Yeah,
save.
she doesn't have the same exact mechanics. She gets to use it once per turn instead of having a resource that I took away.
14.
14 on the con. You son of a bitch! You just saved.
Oh,
Con,
thank
there
God.
it is.
I thought the DC might be 15.
Dexterity.
Oh, right, the
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Right, yeah. All
Yeah.
right, here we go. Oh,
Also DC 14.
that one is 16, because my dexterity is +3, and
Okay,
I just rolled 2 13s in a row.
Cool. You succeed. She punches again. Natural 19 is gonna hit.
Yes,
you
it
take
is.
an additional. This might not matter because
Yep. Yep.
I rolled max damage twice in a row. You take 11 points of force damage.
I'm unconscious, baby.
All right.
You watch as crack, two punches.
no.
Kyana goes unconscious.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, time to if you got big plays, now's the time.
Okay.
The tracker's turn. It is going to move up. Let me double check the lore of this thing. Will it attack just something that's threatening it, or will it only attack the thing it's been sent to find? I don't think it does attack.
You
the
found
thing
it,
it's been sent
man.
to find.
You've attacked it
I think
to
it just-
unconsciousness.
I think it's just really good at finding it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any
You don't
reason.
gotta attack
Yeah,
it.
it can attack anything it wants. So, can I get Finbar to make a dexterity saving throw,
Oh my
please?
God. Look at these.
Finbar.
13?
Oh, you just saved.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
That's what I like to hear.
This thing comes back at you again, and do you have a shield? What are you rocking?
Yeah. I have a.
Cool. Yeah. Deflect with the shield
yes.
and just like kind of force the slime back down as it tries to fully go into your face and just like sink. Like it's trying to like go into your mouth and nose.
Ew. What is this
and
thing's
you
deal?
push it down. This thing is. Oh man.
I kinda
it's
take, like,
not doing good though.
I take the
It's-
for more like
Folks, this thing is not doing
It's
good.
gross.
quickly
Why do the monks
switch
even have something like
and
this?
pull this thing off with with foreign arm and just like okay.
Who are you to be so important
Yep,
to these
you hold it
fucking
back.
monks?
The champion is going to use his bonus action to send the flaming sphere at Dani. Dani, please make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, I need a concentration check from Virla too.
Oh, you
for
are
the,
right. You're right.
Oh,
for the swarm.
14.
And Dani, dexterity saving throw, please.
It's
Dani, you save. You
Plus
take
fire
half.
resistance, so.
what's the deal with
Yeah,
One quarter.
Why am I even attacking you, Dani? 5 halved to 2 halved to 1.
what's
Nice.
the deal with concentration checks? It's 10 up until what?
DC 10 up until it's 22 days. So it's either half of the damage or DC 10, whichever is higher.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's still DC 10. Okay. Con save, yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Natural 10, total 12. The insect swarm stays.
Natural 10, total 12. Not too bad. The insects continue. He will throw a firebolt at Dan. Why is he?
In this fight, I am.
Natural 17
Yeah.
will hit. Natural 17 will hit. I'm pretty sure this guy's only a third level caster though, so he doesn't have. He's only gonna get 1d10.
And it's fire
on this.
damage.
It is. I did roll a 9. Yeah. So 9 halved to 4 halved to 2.
It's firebolt, so why did you hide? Because I didn't save, so it would just be halved once for the resistance, right? Not to up my own damage, but.
Bro, come on.
Fire. No fire. So the sphere of fire. Dex save hit you. There's no save for.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
For it's an attack roll. So you're right. It's
It's
only
just
halved
halved,
once.
yeah.
So it's
Sorry.
9 down to 4. Correct. Now you're on the ropes, Dani. I got you now.
I'm okay. Dani is okay.
Yeah, the least concerned. Virla, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Virla will cast at the 3rd level Vampiric Touch.
Ooh.
So make a melee
Ooh.
attack against a creature within your reach. So he'll use the clockwork staff to do another quarterstaff attack at the mount.
It's a melee spell attack, so don't use your strength. Use your intelligence.
Ah.
Oh yes.
So you got a much better chance to
Now
hit.
that's using
Yeah.
your head.
Now you are thinking.
Is Vampiric Touch concentration?
It is. In which case the
Okay.
yeah.
So
I
that'll drop. That's
I
okay.
am at
It's-
6
you-
health
you sorta
points,
got your use
so
out of it.
I need Vampiric Touch, so I'll do that. Yeah, melee spell.
Yeah, you
attack.
did massive damage to
Okay.
a couple people. Melee spell attack. Go for it. You going for the Strider or the Newt? I would say the Strider looks easier to hit. The Fire Newts have like shields.
Yeah,
and shit.
I was gonna go for the mount. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's just
Neck punch that bad boy.
for as much as I play D&D, I haven't actually played many spellcasters that actually do melee spell attacks.
Bard squad.
It's just my roll plus the
it's
the
just
spell
it's
attack.
like a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
You just add your intelligence plus. You have a intelligence plus proficiency.
Excellent. Yep, that is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll damage.
On a hit, target takes 3d6 necrotic, and then regains
that's
half
gonna be
that.
nasty.
Oh, and I can keep making the turns as an action. Excellent. Wonderful. That was a 1, a 1, and a 3. All right.
Wow.
5 points of 5 points of necrotic damage, and I heal for 2.
Hey, you never know when 2 hit points is gonna come in handy.
This is true.
You got a bonus action?
Nope. I can create my little tiny quill, but I won't do
Dani, that guy. Oh, this guy by the way is like made it into the door. He's like over here now.
Oh.
Dani, yeah, that guy's going away, which I don't know if you're concerned about.
I already know
but
what's in the
Kyana
box.
is down. The slitherer look rocked.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'm standing up. I'm like basically T-posing, hunched over on this pet fountain thing. Like, everything is going so poorly, but I've learned exactly what I want. So I'm gonna turn around to the guy who's running through the door and yell out in Primordial, like, can you please tell your guys to chill out? And then I'm gonna step forward 1 square. I'm moving all of the wrong things in Roll20. And Dani puts her hands out, thumbs together, and calls upon her Fire Genasi heritage here. And I'm gonna cast Burning Hands, which is a 15-foot cone. Which
Please
Who are
do
you
not
casting
hit
it on?
me
No.
with another
it's Burning
AoE
Hands.
attack.
I think I'm in the right spot where a 15-foot cone would get, like, maybe the Strider and Bad Monk, but not Kyana.
I am on the ground at this point. if
You
that
gotta
helps.
move a little further.
Bruh.
From in the fountain, you're gonna hit Kyana and probably
15,
Finbar.
not 25.
If you come stand.
Yeah,
Okay.
15
Oh well. Okay. Let me check. So. Oh. Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
I spoke too soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're not. No. The thing about the fire newt is he kind of takes up all the same spaces. So I'll say that you're gonna hit the fire newt
Sure.
and the strider and the monk. So it's dex save.
Dex save, yeah, DC 12, and it's 3d6 plus the d8 from my arcane firearm, and they take half on a fail. 12.
DC.
They're
What's
gonna
the DC?
succeed on it. It's a monk.
Okay. The monk succeeds. That's kind of what she does. These other guys are not good at dex. Fail on the warrior, and surprisingly succeed on the strider.
Oh, okay.
The mount dodges, but its rider
Well,
doesn't.
So here's the deal. The fire newt is immune to fire,
That makes sense.
and the giant strider is immune to fire.
That makes sense.
But he is going to heal for half the damage you deal to him with fire.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think he's full though. I don't think anyone's hit this strider, so
Oh, good.
I don't think he can actually heal. But go ahead and roll damage for the monk.
Yeah. So, that's 7 plus 7 plus 2, so 16 points of fire damage, halved.
Halved to 8.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, she doesn't like that. The other guy's
Bruh.
pretty nonplussed, but she definitely didn't like that. Do you have any bonus action?
No.
Okay. You end
you
your
thought you
turn
needed
within
to make
5
the fights
feet of the
harder.
sphere, so I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Yak. 13.
Yeah, you save. It's 8 down to 4 down to 2.
Dani is losing the War of 1,000 Cuts. That is
Chip damage.
How's sound off? How is everyone doing on hit points?
Oh, you know.
Okay, beyond Kyana.
8.
Oh no.
8 for Virla.
18.
Yeah.
18 for Dani.
Okay.
42.
Finbar's fine.
How much?
I'm panicking because monk's going down. Wizard's not doing all right. Dani just won't stop hitting everything.
Oh my god, Finbar, it's your turn. Yeah, you're panicking. What's Finbar's clutch
Danny,
move?
you're healing all the
This,
wrong
by
Okay,
the way,
okay,
this
okay,
this
okay.
slime
bad.
looks bad. It's barely cohesive.
Bad?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, cool. All
Just
right,
drink
then-
it. Just drink it. Just drink the
No,
slime.
no, don't drink the slime.
As in, like, to
It won't
kill
sit to
it.
your face holes.
As in, like, to kill it. That's what I meant.
I know what I can do.
I don't.
Doing exactly what it wants.
Okay, I need to start doing damage is what I need to start doing. Okay, I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot. To once again, this time I'm going to healing word Dani.
Okay.
What?
Wait. Kyana?
Do you mean Kyana? Yeah.
No,
I was
Kyana.
like,
Yes. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I was like, I don't mind lying
Dani's
here,
fine.
I'm good.
So no,
They keep hitting me with fire stuff. I'm fine.
okay, come on. I need
These
big rolls on
dumbasses
this.
don't know what's up.
Come on. I'm gonna take a picture of this because it's all fours. It's
Oh,
all fours.
Oh,
That's what I
that's
like
the
to hear.
sexy thing
you
you want
gain
to hear.
16 hit points.
16 hit points. Woo!
Yeah. Easy.
I'm just
Nice.
over half again. Oh, thank
You're still
goodness.
prone.
Okay, cool. Still prone, yeah.
Still
I
prone.
can handle prone.
Yes. And then I will hit the ooze with the
Yes.
sickle.
Go for it.
Does it count as flanking if I'm prone but conscious?
He'd have to step into the
Actually,
grease. So there's still grease
I
there.
would have to be behind the slime.
Oh,
No,
I
fuck
should have
it.
been
Yeah,
making
fuck it. No,
concentration
if-
checks this whole time for grease. It probably wouldn't.
Oh, is grease concentration?
Grease
it's
is
not
non-concentration.
I believe it's
No,
non-concentration.
grease is non-concentration.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you're right.
It just appears.
Right.
So,
It's
Finbar,
It's just
Finbar
like
make a-
to the grease.
conjure
Finbar make a deck
nonsense.
save.
Yeah, Sophia,
Okay.
it's the fucking speed race
It
to
is.
oil
15?
slick.
15
That's
succeeds.
it.
You
Oh,
you
thank
see
goodness.
Finbar, go ahead and make your attack roll at advantage against this dude.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
At advantage. 22.
Yeah,
Nice.
that'll hit.
Okay. I'm providing moral support by being behind the slime.
It's a D4. I don't do a whole lot of damage. It's 5. Okay, my dice are loving me tonight.
Yes.
So
Yes.
9 slashing. And then I will my pixies once again rushing to help me. We'll throw an extra D6 on that.
Yes.
3.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, thank
Dude,
goodness.
you have no. You
so
guys don't
I
know how
kinda-
lucky you are. This thing is. It's got one move, and if it lands it, it's nasty.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
I
what I
kind of-
needed this fight.
It's possession. I swear to Christ, it's like possession or something
Become
like that.
one with you.
Oh my God.
Now, go, Finbar. How do you want to do this?
No.
I slice through it, cutting it in 2, and as the second half floats, the pixies sort of like swarm and just pull tiny chunks and scatter it into the grease.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yay,
You see a
the
bunch of them run off with fly off with pieces and throw it into the lava that's over there. Little smoke. Meanwhile, your healing word is still going off. You see the sword after it slices through glows. The moonlight closes. Kyana's wound, like moonlight comes through wounds which seal a little bit, looking like raw and red, like a fresh scab has come off of them. But you are conscious, Kyana.
Yes.
You see the thing that has been hunting you this whole fight go down. Giant Strider. Okay.
Oh, that is
We're gonna
lovely.
make their.
I still have some movement.
Oh yeah, you gonna do something?
Real quick. Do I have to continue to make dex saves while I'm moving in this thing?
No, just the once on your turn, I think.
Okay, cool. And I should be able to get into flanking. Let me double check my movement.
Yeehaw.
Do.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
do it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So we're gonna do. Let's see. So these guys, they mainly existed to keep the stuff safe. So we're gonna do a 50-50. Do they break or do they fight? Wisdom, and it's an even check for them. So we're gonna say under a 10, they're gonna keep fighting. 11 or higher, they're gonna break. And I'll roll 1 for
Alright.
each. So dark blue is the left, light blue is the light. Shit, they're both over 10. It's a 13 and a 16.
Oh.
Oh. Okay,
Both of these
all
guys are going to. The Strider are going to take the disengage action. The Newts. Yeah, there's kind of no reason. The Newts are going to take their last attacks before they go. But then the Striders are going to disengage and
fate.
run. So, Virla, 2 attacks are coming to. Wait, 2? Let me check. 2 attacks are coming to you. Your AC is still +5, keep in mind. It's an 8 and a 21.
Well, I assume the 8 misses.
Yeah, the 8's gonna
Yeah,
miss.
the 8 misses. The 21.
Oh.
The 21 hits.
21. That's 2 plus 1 is 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Make your
Okay.
vampiric touch concentration check.
Okay.
And then
Please,
2
big
attacks
money.
coming at Virla. Sorry,
That's cup.
I already did Virla.
That's cup.
Kiana's down.
Yes, I'm still
Yeah,
down.
we're gonna roll
Vampiric
actually to
touch
see who he
fades.
makes these attacks at. 1 to 2 is Finbar, 2 to 3
I have
is
not
the
hit.
monk.
Any of them.
5 to 6 is Kiana. 6 is Kiana. Oh shit. Okay, 2 attacks coming.
Great,
in.
yeah. Let's do it. Why not? Why not?
R.I.P. to Kyana.
That's at advantage. At advantage for the fire newt. That's an 11.
Ha!
Attack one.
My armor class is 17.
Kyana's just
the
lying
second
on
one's
the
an 18
ground,
to hit.
prone, like hand
All
sticks
right,
out
fine.
the other.
Kiana, you take 3 points of slashing damage.
I'll take
And
it.
then these guys are gonna book. Basically, these guys, unless anyone wants to like shoot at them as they run away, these guys are essentially out of
Absolutely
combat.
not.
Yeah,
They're
you
gonna
better
way up
run.
over here, yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
did they
In
pay
that
us?
case, I'm gonna
Did we get
remove.
I
our
don't suppose
payment?
they paid you.
They didn't
They
pay
they have
us.
not
No, we have it. What? She's still
Well-
on the ground.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm still on the ground.
Uh,
Wait, there's supposed to be money involved, right?
Kiana, you are up.
Yes. Okay.
This thing
Cool.
disperses in the grease next to you. The second time you've gone down hard, your back hurts. You have fresh
Yes.
wounds. Everything is sore.
This has not been my favorite day, but it's still up there. I am going to use half my movement to stand up, and before I do anything, I'm gonna look at Ione and I'm gonna be like, "Your tracker thing's gone. All right, you can say you lost me. It'll be fine."
If you would like to use your action, you can make a persuasion check. I'm going to write the DC here for what I think. I'm going to say it's definitely doable.
Okay.
You beat the thing that she's... Yeah.
All right.
You made a compelling point. I'm going to say I want you to make a persuasion check.
Great.
I'm writing the DC right here. You tell me what you roll,
All
and then I
right.
can show you if you succeed or not.
Sure. This feels like it's gonna go bad, but why not? My persuasion check is
Okay.
+1, but here we go. 6. Great. She's not taking
sorry,
this
yeah.
from someone who's.
The DC was a little bit higher than that.
I figured.
Still have a bonus action you can use if you want to dodge or anything, but yeah, you say that to her. You think that's the only tool they have? If I say that I lost you, I'll just be the next thing they use to find you.
Ugh, okay. Well, that's a fair point. I guess knocking you out is probably the way to go. Okay, let's see. My bonus action, what can I do? If I didn't attack for my action, am I allowed to attack with my bonus action again if I spend key?
No.
Dang it.
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. After I take the attack action on my turn. Well, in that case, I'm going to use patient defense so that next turn it's all at disadvantage.
Smart.
I forget.
Nice.
Is this
Okay.
key point? Are we doing the thing where that costs a key point, or are we doing the homebrew where this one
Nope.
doesn't? Okay. Great.
My homebrew, you're just like a rogue. Your stuff there does not cost a key.
Perfect. In that case, patient defense, and we'll see what happens next turn.
Okay. Ione is going to... Okay. She notices you're on the ropes. Oh, man. We're going to do a cut and run check for her, too, actually, because she is not doing good.
That's technically still taking
Does
my
she
advice,
fear?
so I'll take the win.
Does she fear going back more than she fears failing? And I'm going to say she does. So she's going to attack.
Okay.
The hope is to incapacitate Kyana so she can run.
Mm-hmm.
But she also needs to take out Finbar. So she's going to make the first attack at Finbar.
What? Hey!
Try and stun him.
hey,
All right, Finbar.
Oh,
that's
Bruh.
our
Oh,
cut.
that's not
It's
good.
bad. It's real low. It's a 5.
Oh,
plus
thank goodness.
Something. She's going to miss.
Ah.
She can do it once per turn, though, not just on the first attack. Just the first attack that hits. So she's going to go again at Finbar. 4.
Yes!
Yeah, you see, she goes, but Finbar, immense strength, she comes around with a roundhouse. Her heart's not in it, though.
Yeah.
And she doesn't attack with, like, full force. Your strong arms just catch and just gently place her back down. Virla, your turn. Everyone else has left the combat.
I'm tired. Virla's gonna walk over to Virla's gonna walk over to. He has no intention on hurting Ione. He will hold his action. He doesn't think it's gonna happen, but he will hold it. If Kyana goes unconscious again.
Okay, what are you holding?
If Kyana goes unconscious, he will cast Lightning Bolt.
Whoa.
Got it. Okay. Dani, anything you would like to do?
Well, I think Danny's just gonna like take this situation and be like, it seems like that gang's got whatever's going on with the monk lady handled, more or less. There's a lot of people on her. So I'm gonna just whip around behind me and yell in Primordial, "You guys still need to pay us!"
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
What are you doing, man?
Honestly, I respect the hustle.
If you roll a 15 at disadvantage, you'll succeed.
Oh, Austin, I have some thrilling news for what I rolled at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 and a 15.
Wait, what's your persuasion? What's your persuasion?
My persuasion is +3.
Oh!
Oh shit. Okay, wow. Okay, yeah. You say that, you turn around, you see they bark orders of something in Draconic, and the gates close, and as they're closing, you see a big bag of money gets thrown out.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Not platinum, gold.
I'll run forward and try and catch it.
Splits, gold goes everywhere. And you just hear shouted, "Never come back! Never come back!"
Enjoy the eggs!
Honestly, I did.
Amazing.
All things considered, that could have gone way worse.
Oh my god.
That could have gone, yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I mean, you guys just would have owed Otto another favor. Finbar, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm going to, well, I'm going to turn to the evil monk and be like, "This is your chance to go."
Okay. Do you want to make a persuasion check or intimidation? I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I imagine
what's
you're
my
more on the
intimidation?
persuasion.
Come on, Finbar.
Neither is great.
It might not have to be great.
It's a 3.
3?
buddy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she even hears you. It's not that she's not taking your advice. She's just like in her own mind now. Yeah.
Okay.
Kyana.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to do? If not, if you don't want to punch, combat is gonna drop because we've gone a whole round without anyone really doing any combat stuff now.
I don't
So
want
unless
to-
you want to keep fighting her.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to punch her. I'm just starting to feel like maybe I have to punch her because if she's like, "Oh, she defeated me," then they won't come down on her too hard. Although she could just lie, honestly. She's making this way more difficult than it has to be.
Yeah.
You know what? We're flanking her. I'm going to non-lethally pop her.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
any of this. I don't like any of
I
this.
very suddenly have
All
a
right.
proposition.
What?
We kidnap her and make her our captain.
I really feel like she's not gonna go for that.
It was worth a try.
It was. I know.
I'm sorry, we're the
Alright.
freaking straw hats. Can't just see someone on the street and be
Oh
like,
my god!
"You're on our
All right,
team now."
I am going to take a picture of the roll I just did.
Ooh.
No, don't worry.
Double crits?
More like the opposite.
Oh.
No.
You guys are gonna have a great time with this
Sounds
one.
like you're-
Give me just a
Sounds
second.
like you're really sounds like you're sounds
no.
sounds like you're really roll. Sounds like you're
Yeah, finish that sentence.
What would you say that she's what's she rolling with?
Oh no.
Those are some sexy advantage dice.
dear.
I need to implement some kind of thing that something disastrous happens when you're rolling an advantage and you still roll 2 1s.
It's too late to do that right now.
It is.
All right, so I beef it on the first one.
that's
That's
funny.
fair. I know. I'm gonna do my second attack and hopefully not hit a 1 in 400 chance again. Oh, that's better. Yeah. I mean it's gonna hit. I just got a 25. The other one was a 3 for the
Yeah,
record.
that'll hit.
All right. 1d6 plus 4, non-lethal. 6. Bonus action.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wait, is she down? Or-
I mean, no, she's not down. No.
Okay, bonus action, 2 more pops.
She's down.
Okay,
No,
I
no,
mean,
she's not
that's
down.
a 22, so. Alright.
Yeah, that'll hit.
1d6 plus 4. 5. Last attack. 1d6 plus 4. Oh, okay. I mean, that's another 25 to hit. I just, at 1d6 plus 4. 9.
Okay.
Did I accumulate enough damage to actually knock her out?
Nope, but she's pretty
How
close.
much of a tank
but
is this
it doesn't
woman?
matter.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. How many digits did you think were of HP did you have? Because you might have been wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
But she's really hurt. And yeah, I think she definitely sees the futility in this situation. She's not gonna win. She's not gonna get you away.
Okay.
All
right.
Even that one, you roll those natural ones. It's more like sparring than a real fight at this point. You
yeah.
both. I don't know if either of your hearts are really in it.
No.
She sort of stumbles back. She looks around. She looks down at that puddle of the ooze. She says, "You were one of the lucky ones.
You could run away.
I was one of the lucky ones." She says, "And if they found me again?"
You could come too.
You could be your captain.
Make a persuasion check.
Me? Oh God.
We don't have.
What I gotta do?
You guys have rolled so much. You guys have tried to be really persuasive this
We don't
session.
have a captain.
You guys are so.
I love me that.
We don't have any charisma characters. You know this.
I did
You
roll
know
a
this,
16.
Oh.
Okay.
My persuasion's only plus 1.
What do you got?
We got a captain.
Oh, plus 1. Okay. 16.
It cannot be that hard to run away. I mean, it was, but now we're out.
She looks down at the ooze again. She says, "When you left, they furious in whatever way they can be. They took some of the monks. I don't know what happened to them, but then they brought," and she motions to the slithering tracker.
Oh.
She says, she just shakes her head. She's like,
Yeah.
clearly something horrible happened since you left. It doesn't feel like very long, but time moves differently in different worlds. Who knows how long it's been?
Yikes.
She looks out into the city and she says, "I can't go back.
I would not recommend going back, all things considered."
I can't stay here though." She looks around. She says, "Maybe I don't know. Keep moving is the best advice I can give you.
Yeah.
I know I got lucky that I found you here. I don't know if they'll get lucky again, but
I hope not. I mean, it's a real big world out there. I don't think they'll be able to find you if you make it too hard for them.
it's my only hope that." She looks off. She says, "Good luck whatever way you decide to make it.
You too.
I just need distance from all of that."
Yeah. That sounds like the healthy way to do this, quite frankly. If it helps, today has done nothing but reaffirm my decision to leave, so...
The slightest hint at a smile. Yeah. In a sick way, maybe it was all for the best.
Maybe.
Just, look over your shoulder, alright?
You too.
She'll look at all of you, too nervous and ashamed to offer any kind of apology for what just happened. And she'll walk off the direction she came from.
Oh my god.
Wait. What about you? What will you do?
Goodbye.
They'll probably hunt you down too.
Oh, that's cheerful.
She stops, maybe separating the two will make it harder for them to find. I don't know. I hope I can see you again.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not...
Do you have a place to go?
She shakes her head. No place will be safe for long.
Oh.
If they can find me the way they found you, best to stay on the move.
Well,
I
want to stay on the
I can't
move.
offer your ship. I'm amazed that you took me on, honestly. But,
She did say she thought it was better if you were separate.
Yeah.
It might be harder.
I get the feeling
Interaction
she doesn't actually want to hang out on the ship, but like, I can mention, like, there, you saw the port, right? There are ships from all over. I'm sure one of them, I mean, you're such a much better fighter than me. If they took me on, they'll snap you up in a second.
She gives a nod. The port, then. I'll try there.
Yeah. I hope to see you again.
I know a couple of guys who owe me a favor down at the docks. Let them know if you need to get on a ship. Let them know Finbar sent you, and I owe them a favor.
Cool. You mentioned the name of a couple guys who are like suppliers down there, from working in the kitchens for a long time down in the port. She nods. She's still like really quiet about all this, but thank you. You've been... I just tried to kill all of you.
Is that not normal?
It seems like your hands are tied.
Frankly, this is the longest and most involved conversation we've ever had, so, outside world, fresh air.
She gives a little... That one gets a little laugh.
Yeah.
Who thought being turned on each other would be the only way we'd actually make a connection.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I don't know how many more they're going to send looking, so just... I don't know.
I'll stay on my toes. You keep an eye out, too.
Always.
Yeah.
And she'll awkwardly step back a couple times and then turn and just disappear around a corner.
Woof.
We better
that sounds like a great
too.
idea. Let's get moving, please.
Great news, guys! We still got paid.
And Danny's like off on the other side of the room, like scooping the coins back up.
That is quite literally the most money I have ever seen.
I assume you guys need to do some kind. Want to take some sort of short
it's
rest
mostly
or something,
autos.
right?
Here, maybe not.
Well, I will
God,
say inside baseball-y,
Yes,
and
yeah.
also
Yes.
in the lore, she said she got lucky finding you. Like she had something to track you.
Yeah.
But they had no way of knowing where you were. So, if you like Finbar, a whole bunch of old like haunts here. Like you could go somewhere.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's a restaurant
safe.
nearby.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, you could go and be safe.
Shawarma.
Shawarma?
Alright.
Shawarma.
I am excited to find out what that means.
Shawarma?
Yeah, you guys collect yourselves. The job is done. Everyone lived. You just have, and it seems you've picked up one more person with just one more reason to keep moving in life.
Yep. Thanks for that, by the way. I don't think it would have been
Yeah,
good
you're welcome.
if I had to be like, oh, I need a place to move. But yeah, thanks for the
problem.
lift. I guess I'll find a different place to move.
I suppose formally, at this point you fought with us, it would be rather imprudent of us to let you just go on your merry way. If you'll have us.
I mean, to be fair, the
like to
reason why
welcome
I
you
fought
to
with
Per
you is
Aspera
because
formally.
two people came hunting me specifically, so it kind of balances out to still being my fault. But I would absolutely love to hang out on your ship and have a great view of the stars for the rest of my life. Thank you very much. Yeah. Are you
Yeah. Come hang.
Are you gonna keep hitting me
Excellent.
with area of
And fly
effect
with the
spells?
stars you shall.
It's okay if you are. I just need to brace myself next time.
Lightning bolt. No.
I try not to, but sometimes, it's just,
okay.
you get a little
okay.
lost in the, what's going on.
Maybe one of these days
Sorry
I'll figure out
about
how to
that.
catch
That's
those
all
too.
my
You
bad.
see,
Yeah.
you see my pixies are kind of flying around you, just double checking
Aw.
your scars, making sure you're all
Don't worry.
alright.
Honestly, I have had worse sparring sessions,
Aw.
so we'll be good. In hindsight, it doesn't
This
come
does
from
not
me either.
comfort me in the slightest.
Good stuff. All right.
Yeah. You guys make your way off. The first chapter of your adventure together closes.
Yay.
And that's where we'll end session 0/session 1. And we'll pick up in a few weeks' time with the first real recorded session.
Yay! Off to the shawarma place in
yeah.
a short rest.
Hi, I'm Sophia, aka Dani, and you've just listened to a special lost episode of Rolling with Difficulty. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the program, please rate us and leave a review on your preferred podcast platform. Got a question for the pod? Feel free to email us at rollwithdifficulty@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show and perhaps want to get a I Heart Gil shirt of your own to show off that you are indeed a local of the Planescape, among other fun designs, we now have a merch store that is live and available, linked in our show notes below. You can find more content from the podcast on our socials, also linked in the show notes below. And we'll catch you guys this summer for Season 2's premiere.